Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream. Hello, iTwins. Hello, Stuffy Sneeze. Hello, Cogsright. How are y'all doing today? It's a little bit chillier today than it was the past 2 days. I'm like, that's good because, it's, oh, hey, thank you for the follow, iTwins. I appreciate you. Mm. Um, it is a good thing because we have not had snow yet, this season, which is insane because normally, I remember well, back in my day, in my day, I say it used to snow for more. We used to get more than a foot of snow at a time, and that's down in the city. But in the mountains, it was way more. But yeah, the we've had zero snow. Like it snowed in like December. Or well, yeah, of course it snowed in December. It has snowed in like October or like early November before, but yeah, insanely warm year. I should not be as warm as I am right now, but I'm still going to complain about being slightly cold. So it is slightly chillier. Hey, Alex, how's it going? You're boring out Jaws today. That's all you're doing? Wait, what? That's just like your job? I mean, I guess if you're doing high production wrong, but it's an interesting one. All right. So today, as you can see in the title, if I remembered to set it correctly, yes, I did. Um, we are going to be rebuilding the spindle, and so that means we're going to be double checking all the component parts, reassembling what we can here on the bench before we actually go back to the lathe. Hey, Kynaps, welcome back. Welcome, not welcome back. Welcome in. Tie and ready collab in the bottom left. You're kind of quiet, is it? It shouldn't be. Hey, Duke, how's it going? Oh, right, this tag. I forgot that said tie on it. Yeah. Hey, Boulder, welcome back. It's quiet? I'm on my screen. Hey, Nutson, welcome in. It's on my screen. I'm reading like I don't know. I can turn up the gain a little. So let's bring it to that. See how that goes. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't remember if I said hi to Duke, but hello, Duke. So yeah, today we are going to be reassembling Spindle. We're going to be test fitting everything here on the bench before we actually reassemble it. It's behind you guys. Um, and we're just going to make sure that everything actually goes together and like so we have a plan and understand what the hell we're doing. At least that is the plan. So I have all the parts over here. So this is the main spindle shaft itself. Um, the first thing we are actually going to actually no, we're going to do that later. Methinks. Yeah. Oh, that thread is still sticky. Makes me sad. Has it gotten stickier? Wait a minute. What? Caught it. It's fine. Pictures of what you're doing are in the Discord. Okay, now I want to check them out. I'm too curious. Oh my gosh! I never considered how annoying boring out soft jaws on like a large vertical lathe would be. Hmm. Got nice machines though. Yeah, there's some shaky setting up. Yeah, those threaded rod spacers are something else. Uh oh no, it's T-nuts. It's clamping hardware. I see it now. Yeah. Oh, I like that. You're preloading them so they don't uh go all over the place, I assume. Yeah, I kind of just assumed you guys did four jaw work, and you didn't do bother with soft jaws. That's interesting. Hmm. Okay, so Yeah, the thread on the end of this draw, almost said the drawbar. The thread on the end of this spindle got nice and mangled by the previous owner. So we had to file it back to being somewhat acceptable, and it is still not great. I don't love it. I thought, man, honestly, I thought it was better than this. Trying not to turn too hard so I don't damage it. Okay, there we go. Maybe there's just like, I guess there's just a really nasty spot on the end here. Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it's right there. Here, let me zoom in. You love and hate soft jaws? Yeah, same. Seriously, they're an amazing work holding device. Like just being able to clamp whatever you want and make your own jaws. But like they're obnoxious. I don't like the waste. It makes me feel bad every time I cut them because and like I try to minimize how much I cut them, which makes me waste time, which is stupid. But like I don't like throwing it away. Hopefully you guys can actually see that little mangled thread on the end there. I'm trying a slightly different camera setup, so I have the camera tilting up, or I have it zoomed out. No, I have the camera on the table, on the tripod, and then the tripod is extended upwards a bit. You have three drawers of soft jaws. Holy shit! Okay, can you take pictures of that because that's insane. Uh, do you have a collet chuck? Because I highly recommend them. Yeah, we just have like like 5 sets or something, and then we use them till they die, and sometimes past when they die. You have collets, then why don't you use them? It seems like something that you should use. Not accurate enough, I guess. Okay, um, fair enough. But I mean, same with soft jaws though. Like, that's not gonna be that good. The soft jaws aren't perfect. Um, but the reason I brought up the collet chuck was so we got this thing actually with it came with the Integrex, and we've never actually used it. It's a hydraulic drawbar powered collet chuck. It's a B60 style chuck, and I believe it's from uh oh gosh, who made it? For a jaw can set perfect. I mean, yeah, but for a production run or on a CNC, that's not really a normal thing. It is for sometimes. Oh, that why is the camera unlocked? Whoopsies. Um, yeah, four jaws can be set perfect, but the uh unless you're doing like heavy industry repair work type stuff, it's not very common to see them on CNC lathes. At least in my experience, from what I've seen. They're more common on manuals. Uh, because on CNC lathes you can just use a four jaw. I mean, sorry, you can just use a soft jaw and cut it, and it'll be pretty damn good. It's more than good enough most of the time. Um, but the reason I brought up collets is we got this collet chuck with the Integrex, and we've never actually used it. I made an adapter to go from the uh the drawbar of our new lathe, our Lynx 2100, um, to to the inside of this collet chuck like months ago, probably even like a year ago at this point. You want to see someone spin four draw up to 5,000 RPM? Okay, your lathes go up to 5,000 RPM, dude. I get up to like 250. I get to up to 2,500, and I get scared. Uh, yikes. I think the max on ours is set to. I want to say the chuck itself is limited to 3,000. It might be 4. I don't remember what the machine can get to, but it starts making a rack, an absolute nutcase. You've had it up there once. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. You don't use it too much. Yeah, we do a lot of smaller work, and we don't want to go that high. I mean, that's like Swiss lathe kind of speed. I mean, not really. Swiss lathes go up to like 10,000 RPM or more sometimes. Um, oh, that's right. I made this adapter for the collet chuck. Made it like a year ago. Still have not used it. It came with a few collets, and but we just never bothered to set it up because or and use it because We just use soft jaws most of the time, and it works. It's fine. But last week, 2 weeks ago, I think, I got a job where it's like, okay, wait, this material will be really. We don't have any soft jaws in an appropriate size where I could recut them and it would work. Well, we had a few that were like preset for certain diameters, and so I didn't want to touch those. And then the other sets that we had were like, it just wouldn't even close far enough. So no. Your machine will only go up to 500 RPM, and it's scary at 200. Yeah, that sounds about right for what you're doing, man. Standard is 2000. I'll do 3K on a nice bar with proper liners. Yes, that's exactly how we run it. Uh, yeah, 2000 RPM is like the typical standard that I set the max RPM to. I've done it higher. We don't do a lot of bar fed work, or if we do, we don't have any bar spindle liners, unfortunately. I kind of want to actually let me pull these up because they're really cool. Um, let's see here. So, ooh, they have a new product actually. Um, I've seen these 3D printed spindle liners. I don't remember where I found them. Uh, but they're just 3D printed to size for your lathe. Here, let's switch over here. Yeah. And I want to I want to actually take the time and do this, but we don't have any, so we just kind of raw dog it. I mean, most of the time it doesn't matter anyway. We don't do much bar fed work, like I was saying. And if we do, it's like I'm limited by how much I can stick in the tailstock anyway. Not or in fit in between the tailstock because I don't want to pull off the back cover like this because then I get coolant all over the back. I don't want to, but I do want to print some things like this. I just have not bothered yet. It would be quite nice. Maybe once I get my printer dialed in. I still need to dial it in more. Um, oh yeah, all of that is to say, I put the collet chuck on that we've had it since we got the Integrex, which is like I don't know how many years ago, probably like 5 or 10 years ago at this point. I don't know. It was well before I got here. Uh, and I used it for the first time, and it's awesome. And I've had it on ever since. It is the best thing ever. It uses B60 collets, which is a bit of an odd standard. Um, so that is a little annoying. The collets are custom made. It seems really easier if you section them. I have 6 metal spacers and six support rings that you print for the bar diameter. Wait, you have metal spacers and then 7 support rings. You print for the oh, huh. I never considered actually just printing spacers. Oh, well, we'll see you later, Stuffy. Thank you for coming by. Wait, can you take pictures of those too? Because now I'm very curious about that setup. Um, because I was just gonna do basically what the Nub Tools ones did, which is just have print it in printed segments and then just thread them together, or maybe a cam lock type of deal. Um, I was just gonna do one of those, but that's a way better idea. Uh, yeah, I never considered that. Hmm. Um, anyway, the collet chucks uses B60 collets, uh, and which are very expensive. But ours is also set true, so I can dial it in like a 4-jaw chuck, um, for if I need to for repeat work or for rework, I should say. It's really nice. So it is hydraulically actuated still, but it's also set true. It's really nice. I'm trying to convince my boss to get more collets, even just off of eBay, because it's so handy. I didn't want to take it off again, but I had one. I had a part that was in between one of the diameter sizes, so I just printed a bushing, and I just I bored it out to size. I turned the outside and then bored it on the inside to size on the manual lathe because my printer has some issues with blobs right now. I don't know why. This just like randomly started. I haven't looked into it yet. That's something else I'm going to be doing. Probably this weekend is dialing in my printer, or maybe even when I stop stream today. B60 or 185E, because you can get B85E collets for less than $100. I've never heard of a B85 or a 185E. 185E. Uh, no, it is distinctly a B60. They are labeled B60. Um, but these look very similar. Uh, per DIN. Oh wait, this is a DIN standard? I thought it was just a. I thought it was just like a hardened, just decided to do this kind of standard. Hmm. I don't really know. Oh, interesting. This one lists B60 and 185E. Hmm. I did not know that. Yeah, I thought this was just like a hardened special where they just like did that. Yeah, I'm trying to convince my boss to buy more because you can get them on eBay for actually not that bad. You know, if you buy them from Hardinge, they're going to be $500, and they custom make them for you. But if you get them on eBay, they're like $50 each, which is pretty good. I want more because it is so handy. It is so nice because you can swap the. You know, it takes me like a few minutes to swap jaws. Probably, I mean, and that then I have to like rebore them and stuff, and it's probably like takes 5-10 minutes depending on what I'm doing. Um, but the collet, you just like loosen the locking set screw and then unthread the collet nut, uh, and then and it takes like 30 seconds to do. It's awesome. Um, you've got 185Es. I'll put measuring one on to do list. Yeah, that would be great. I also want to make a B60 adapter to 5C because we have the full set of 5C collets. They're all in shitty condition, but we have the full range, and so it would help narrow the gap. Yeah, I'll make a here. Let me put that on my to-do list right now. Give me 1 second. I will put that on uh here. Here again. Um, I already forgot what I was saying. Oh, measure B60 collet. Okay. Really not liking the intermittent cutting on your jaws right now? Yeah, they do that. Uh, they tend to do that, unfortunately. Watch the tablet distance. You want full hydraulics flat in a 5C collet? Yeah, that's the scary part. I mean, I guess you could also put like limiting pins in it, like how they grind those B60 collets, where they have the little indents on the side that they put the pins in while they clamp it to grind. At least I assume that's what they're for. I don't know why else they would put those holes in. Um, or you could bake that travel distance limitation your into your adapter design, I suppose. Um, and just you adjust how much it clamps with the 5C by threading it in or out more. Yeah, that would work. Hmm. My boss, he also came up with a design for the 5C thing. I haven't seen it, but he told me that he made one. He doesn't know if it would work, but he made one. Okay. Now then. Uh Sorry, I am just checking the music. Yeah, it God, play. Thank you. Okay. So first thing we're actually going to be doing today is slightly different than what you might assume. Um, so if we take a look at this, camera work is hard. You can see all the places where there are set screw marks, right? There's one there, there's one there, and then all of these threads got like flattened by the set screw because the guy who had it previously just like didn't put the soft thing in there to do it to protect them. And then there are also dings from the large bowl gear somewhere right there, and that one was a pain in the ass trying to get it when I was trying to get the spindle out. So, uh, we are going to be actually making some of those soft pins out of this wire. It's just regular old copper wire with I just like pulled it out. I literally pulled it out of the trash. It's just solid core. I actually don't know what diameter this is. Actually, we should check that. Let me grab my calipers. Okay. Looks like this is 80 thou wire, or just over 2 millimeters. So, and then the set screws that we need to make thingies for are in this bag. So there are a total of, wait, wait, there should be four. There are only three in this bag. Wait a minute. Did I put them in somewhere else? Well, this is for a different part of the assembly. That's, wait, what? Ah, shit. I was trying to be so well prepared and so professional and have everything ready to go before I started stream, and then, no, actually, I lost a set screw, I think. Shit. Okay. Where else would I have put that? Was it in... Let's see here. Nope, it's unrelated. Nope, not in there. And it's not in there. Oh, son of a bitch. You've got to be kidding me. Come on, man. I was trying to be so good and such a good professional streamer. We're just going to get straight to the project, do a good job, have everything ready to go. This is like the most well prepared I've ever been for a stream, and then I immediately fuck it up by losing a part. You're kidding. I. Oh my god. I don't even know where else I would have put that. Actually, I wonder if uh it came out of one of the you know what? No, it wouldn't, that wouldn't make sense. Hmm. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. Looks like I will be buying a new set screw. That's not saying much. How dare you? Yeah, set screw hunting stream. Yay. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'll just be buying a new one. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so mad. I was trying to be so good. Okay. Tis what it is. This part has two opposing set screws, so it's not a big deal. We can, and I think they're all they're all the same thread size. They are all the same thread size. So, we can just swap one out. But it does make me sad. Oh, I need to grab my Allen wrenches. Hardened brochure lists B60 collets as DIN, blah, 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 the same standards as 185E collets. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Good to know. When I'm in warehouse, you keep set screws as bulk items so we didn't waste hours searching for them. Yeah, that's fair. We did, I do, I did buy them in bulk. Actually, I think if these are quarter 20, yeah, these are quarter 20, and I did buy them in bulk, and it's probably in the right thread size and the right length too. But do you know where they're at? It's at work, because I was using them for. I have an entire box of 100 of these exact set screws at work, because I'm using them as counterweights for my uh, uh, surface grinder arbors. So that's cool. Yeah, I'll just make a new set screw. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that as soon as we uh, reassemble this thing. That'll be the first project, making a set screw. UNEF, half inch by 28 left-handed. Yuck. That's annoying. Okay, we have some absolutely fucked taps in our collection. Um, just from like over the years of just dumbass customers and dumbass requirements, we've gotten some really weird ones. So one of them is like uh, we've got like an M11. It might be a left hand, I don't remember. That was for one job where we were making hex nuts, and each one of them cost $100 because like what do you want from me? We only made 10 of them, and so uh too close to a face to get your thread parallels onto you completely on vibes. Oh hell yeah. A threaded rod and Dremel cut flathead also mixes that screw. Yeah, that's fair. I do have threaded rod. I could do that. But I think we'll just forego putting one of these in because I don't think it doesn't need both immediately. It'll be okay. um, Whenever we have a weird thread like that, though, we have thread mics. Like actual thread mics with the interchangeable points for different thread sizes or thread pitches, I should say. And then those can be used to check the pitch diameter directly instead of using the thread wires. Or wait, what's a thread parallel? I've only ever heard of thread wires and then like thread mics before. Um, I don't think actually. I'm gonna lower you guys down. Actually, sorry, I changed my mind already. Again, I just remembered why I did this. Um, yeah, thread parallels are a new one to me. Anyway, so all of this waffling, I'm turning British. All of this waffling about again, sir. All this waffling. We are going to first. We're going to. They're like wires, but it's a ground thread profile on a precision flat. Oh, you put them together and then zero on a mic. Interesting. Yeah, we just have thread mics. I've never seen this before. Yeah, so we're going to first anneal the rod because it is in a, uh, it's very work hardened. It's extremely, I mean, it's not that bad, I guess, but it is pretty work hardened. So we're gonna first play with fire before cutting them because I want them to be as soft as possible, so we don't get any um scratching. So to anneal copper, if you don't know, it's very easy. All you do is fail at starting a blowtorch. No, fuck, too much gas. God, I hate this striker. There we go. I don't know if it's a skill issue or if the striker is bad. It's probably a skill issue. I don't like them. This style of striker never works for me. Kind of seems like that needs to rotate. Yeah, whatever. Oh, hey, Orange-ish. Hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. Fringe-ish alt. That's a fun name. Um, Instead of pairs of parallels with everything from 8 TPI to 40, so it's significantly cheaper than thread mics. Yeah, that's fair. Fair enough. You have a problem with welder checking? Might have to replace the flint. No, the flint is fine. I think it's just a skill issue. I'm not. I guess I should push down a little more, probably. I don't know. If I don't, with these specific ones, if I don't push down a little on the flint itself, it doesn't strike properly. It just, well, that was a bad example. But it just rubs. It doesn't do anything. But if I push down, it does work better. So to anneal copper, first step is to get it nice and hot. It's not like uh, steel in that if you quench it while it's hot, it will harden. Or it's not like alloy steel, I should say. So it's actually very easy. You have to do the weird thing where you push in with your thumb. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess, is that the intended way to do it? I thought that I was just bad. Uh, I felt like that was wearing it down really fast, so I stopped doing that. Okay, so we got that end hot, and now we're just gonna bring the heat backwards a little along the rod. This is wire, not rod, but whatever. Oh shit! Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Sidere. Hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. Wait a minute. Let's here. Hey, hold on. Let me do the slash shout out. Sidere. Tab complete. Yes, there we go. Hey guys, welcome in. Um, yeah, wait. I was in the stream earlier. I saw that you guys were. It looked like baking. I wasn't fully. I did leave before I think that actually started. I was just there for the chatting. But hello, everybody. Um, my name is Reddy. Uh I am holy God. Hold on. Take it from the top. Pretend this never happened. We're gonna rewind. Okay. Hey guys, my name is Reddy. Welcome on in. Um, I'm an alien VTuber, and I do primarily makers and crafting stuff. So today we are working on my lathe. It is old as hell. It is from 1944. Actually, specifically, here I can show you the date inscription that we found on the bearings. It is specifically January 21st, 1944. At least that's when this bearing was made. Oh wait, can the camera focus on it? Maybe not. So yeah, we are doing here we go. I don't know if you can read that. We're doing a lathe-a-thon right now, which is basically just amounts to I'm trying to get as much work done on this thing as possible and getting it back to running before my school semester starts in January sometime, because I am a full-time college student. So this is just a hobby. Yeah, thank you all for the follows. Let's see, Red Fox 44, Duamer Thrax, and Robert Brown. Thank you all. Yeah, better late than never. Perfect. Hey, Valachians Incarnate. Hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. So yeah, yeah, the plan is for today. We were just playing with fire. Uh, uh, Basically, we're making a couple of parts to protect the Crystalic, thank you for the follow. Also, we're making a couple of parts to protect. This is called the spindle. This is the part that actually spins in the lathe and does the spinning work. It's extremely important that stays undamaged. And the previous owner did not bother, so uh, we have to uh, fix their sins. So that's the idea. We were just softening this wire with the heat, so that it's extremely soft and malleable, so it works nicely, does its thing. If you learned anything in high school civics, it was fire good. Yes, I agree. No, that sounds like a good civics class. I should take that one. I should go back to high school and take that one. That sounds like a good class. Oh yeah, and then I got turned into a marketable plushie. I found this guy at the store. Nearly. There you go, friend. Hey, Yoker Kaufman. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming by. Oh yeah, so yeah, if you have to read and run, don't worry about it. I know you were streaming for quite a while. It's probably like 3 or 4 hours at that point. So yeah, you're probably exhausted. So yeah, if you got to read and run, don't feel bad. But yeah, if you guys want to stick around, that's cool too. Uh, yeah, I really appreciate the raid. So yeah, I guess let's get back to it. Where's my striker? We still got some stuff to do. You're gonna be lurking while you eat large quantities of gingerbread. That sounds awesome. That sounds like an excellent plan. I highly recommend eating large quantities of gingerbread. Too much gas. If I turn up the gas on this torch too much, like that, it there we go. It blows itself out. Oh, and then also this little the knob on this thing, it actually cracked and broke the original one, so I had to print this one, and it does not fit very well, so it just kind of falls off if you're not careful. Or even if you are careful, it will just fall off. Oh yeah, for the Lathe-a-thon, I'm gonna be streaming. Oh wait, okay, I'm not gonna be streaming Friday. I forgot that weekdays for most people are Monday through Friday. No, okay, so I'm gonna be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, starting at 4 p.m. MST. I don't know what that translates to in your time zone. But yeah, we're going to be doing that every week until it ends. Uh, and then also, I stream on the weekends usually at random times that no one, including me, can predict. Yeah, 4 p.m. Mars Standard Time. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we're trying to get back home. ET made the call, but like they just couldn't send a ship out to come and grab me yet. So I just got to do it myself. So we got to build up the tooling to get there. Got to get our retro turbo encabulators and everything built so we can make the trip home. NASA's making some good progress towards them, but I can do it faster. So I'm just going to. I don't want to wait for them. I want to get home. Okay. I think that is probably just about right. We got it nice and hot on most spots. So now we've got to. I just want to. We're gonna leave it to cool for a little while, um, before we chop off little pellets of it. It's unironically some good VTuber lore. Thank you. I was kind of thinking about that as my lore. Feel like it's just fun. Okay, so let's put that over there and try not to melt the plastic table that it's sitting on. Okay, let's see. We'll put you over here. All right. So we're going to do the final inspection and cleaning on this guy. Ooh, awful noises. I don't know if the noise suppression on this mic is kind of insane, so I don't know if you heard that squeak, but the threads on this thing just squeaked like a I don't know what, like a squeaky toy, like a window cleaner type thing. Squeegee, that's what they're called. I didn't like it. It was bad noises. Me no likey. Oh, I should get anti-seize. Ooh. Let me put that on my to-do list. Buy anti-seize. Okay. Yeah. There's so many little things. Anti-sneeze, yes, anti-sneeze. It's anti-allergy pills. That actually be really funny. I'm just imagining someone who is like dyslexic or something, going to buy like allergy medicine, but they accidentally buy anti-seize instead of anti-sneeze, and then they just like paint their face with anti-seize. Wait, third stream in a row. I think about anti-seize. Has it really been 3 streams in a row this time? Oh my god. Okay. Wait. Okay, I remember talking about it last time. I do not remember talking about it the time before. I probably did, but that's really funny that I've been meaning to do it 3 times and I still haven't. That sounds that checks out, honestly. That sounds about right. Okay. So this bearing, it looks to be in pretty good shape. We're gonna make sure we're gonna do a test fit here. You can use copper ease on all of your critical threads. Helps a lot. I guess I've only ever used the nickel-based anti-seize. My One of my coworkers likes to call it Tin Man in a can. Because no matter what you do, it will just get everywhere, and you'll look like the Tin Man. Hmm. It just it oh every time. It does not matter. I don't know how it does it, but it does. Yuck. Okay. I don't know how more grease and grime got in there since the last time I looked at this, but it sure did. Yeah, I've seen copper anti-seize in stores and stuff, but never actually bought it or used it at all. I just use the Tin Man and can that we have in the shop because why would I buy my own anti-seize? Uh, but now I need to, which is unfortunate. There's so many little things that you like want and need in a shop, but you don't really think about, and it kind of adds up really quickly. Like all the oils and stuff. Holy shit. It gets so expensive. I mean, granted, I bought like a lot of spindle oil, but I think it came up to be like 60 bucks or something. I bought like a gallon of it, which should be good enough for my entire like hobby machining life. Okay, this one does not want to go in. Eh. So this is a little keyway. This is what transmits power from that, or just steal a tube of Molly D from a toolkit. Yeah, there's that option. And we use Molly D for threading oil, actually. I guess it's probably just a brand and not like a specific product. Yeah, we use Molly D for cutting stainless, especially. Your auto shop teacher used to complain about anti-seize getting everywhere. He had a pretty good joke about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess it's a common complaint. Wait, yeah, wait, what is it? No, I'm curious. You can't just say that he had a good joke about it and not and just leave us hanging. Okay, now it's having a hard time going in, and it's also having a hard time going out. Son of a bitch. Uh, get out of there. Okay. Um. So if you don't know, this is called. Oh, hey, Talarian, how's it going? That's what she said. You. Yeah, it is. It sure is. He had time for a tap or a whack. I got it. I got it in the end. It's just stubborn. So if you guys don't know, this is what's called a key and a keyway. So if you have like a round shaft and you have something that you need to transmit power on using a shaft, you can't just like well, you can in order to transmit the power because normally if you just have a round thing and a round hole, it's just going to spin, right? But if you put a key in here, it puts in a little bit of a divot so you can. You're typing. Hang on, it's a little long. That's also what she said. Uh, what you can see it provides like a little shoulder for the power to be transmitted against, and then there's a corresponding groove in the gear or whatever you're trying to spin, and that's how these work. They have an extremely close fit on them because in order for them to not like explode or just wear out and cause damage, they need it, but that makes them a real pain in the ass to put in. To assemble, I should say. Let's grab a couple of little files. And hey, they're also extremely hard. Come on, come on, you knew what you were doing with that one. This file is actually too large. Let's see. Let me grab I got this set of needle files from the Magic Metal store that just sells random garbage. Because it was like $3 or something. I don't remember how much it was. But I bought them, and this is actually gonna be my first time using them. I'm sure they are very low quality. Okay. Yeah, they're very low quality. Whatever. It should work. It's actually a lot larger than I remember. Let's try this size. So I'm just trying to remove a little bit of a burr on this keyway. Uh, that I believe is preventing the key from seating properly and going fully into the slot. So we're just gonna give it a little bit of a whack. Keystock is incredibly hard. Yeah, I mean it is. Is it fairly hard? I thought it was like 40 Rockwell or something. I didn't think it was that hard. Because I thought keys were normally supposed to be the wear component that wears out before the shaft does. I some of them are like intentionally made as a failure point, like a mechanical fuse. So if something goes wrong, the key breaks and every saves everything else. But I thought in general keys were supposed to be softer. What the hell is a Rockwell? Oh, Rockwell is it's an old white guy. Um, but he made a standard for testing the hardness of metals, and it's called the Rockwell scale. So there are three styles. There's the Rockwell A, Rockwell B, and Rockwell C. And normally when people just say Rockwell, they mean Rockwell C because that's the only one that matters, as far as I know. SI units. Do you speak it? No. Sometimes. Uh, Actually, I just had like a whole job that was metric. Dude, I got one of the worst prints in history. I wish I could take a picture of the full print and just show you guys because it was like the worst thing I've ever seen. Visually, just like at a glance, it looked fine. It looked like a decent print. But once you looked closer, it's like, holy shit, what are you guys doing? It was like, let's see, it was, there were the tolerance stacked features everywhere. Um, So like dimensions were dimensions off of each other, and so that means the tolerances add. There were a bunch of missing dimensions, like the overall height of it missing, the big radius on one side missing, the depth of the counterbore missing, and it was just so incredibly bad. Rockwell lower than 30, not really a problem. Above 40, and you have some fun shifts. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry, print is in sort of like a blueprint. Yeah, we just call them prints in industry. I don't know. I think blueprint is specifically for construction, but yeah, when I say print, I mean like the drawing that you use to make a part. He said, let's see, you get some anti on your hands, you wash it off, you think it's gone. Then you go wash up and you find some on your elbow. You wash that off, you think it's gone. A week later, you go visit your sister in the hospital. She had just had a baby. You're holding your new nephew, cute kid. And then you notice anti behind his ear. How the hell does it get in there? Yeah, yeah, that's been my experience as well. It is so insanely sticky. I don't know what the hell they do with it. It's wild. It just sticks and goes everywhere. But yeah, like this, I don't know, man. This key is not that hard because I can still cut it with a file, no problem. Yeah, I do agree with the apparently keystock hardness is much rock will be not C, so the numbers are a lot bigger. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I think McMaster Carr lists it in Rockwell C, which is why I knew that. But uh, yeah, Rockwell B is like I don't remember the conversion rate. It's not linear, if I remember. It's stupid. Hardness as a thing itself is kind of stupid, but it is a very handy, useful, stupid thing. To just eyeball it and go like, oh, I need it to be this mechanical property, um, even though it is not actually meaningful. Okay, why is this still? Why is it getting stuck there? It's like halfway in, and then it gets stuck, which doesn't make sense. I think it should get stuck at the edges. Hmm. Rockwell B is measured with a cone and C is with a ball. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I did not know that. I didn't know that was the difference. I thought it was just like a scaling thing. Hmm. Let's grab a little bit of the good stuff. We got the IPA and not the like hippie kind, or not hippie. What's the not the hippie hipster? First broken tip of the shift. Yeah, it do be like that. Especially when you're doing large jobs. I'm sure. I went through. I mean I didn't even rotate one of my inserts before I finished my job, and it was like an entire set of parts. Because I'm not doing that much material removal, and I'm not doing hardened bullshit. Okay, let's try to clean that out a little bit. I think there's just some gunk in there. We'll see. Freddy Plus dropped makeshift in shambles. Yeah, I know, right? It's awesome. Yeah, and it was only $6. Like beat that makeshift. You got 15 parts per rougher today in titanium. Oh, nice. And what is it? TI 6. I forget which grade is that grade 5? Wait. TI 6AIV. Uh, grade 5. I did remember it right. Sick. Yeah, I haven't actually. I've done a little bit of work with titanium, but not a whole lot. Uh, my work with it has been actually mostly as a titanium alloy. It's this weird stuff called TZM, which is titanium, molybdenum, and I want to say zirconium. No, that's not right. I remember the abbreviation was called TZM, but it's this weird alloy. It still made the fancy white sparks when I used the wrong speeds and speeds though. It's supposed to be grade 9. What? I didn't know there was a grade 9. What the hell? I thought it only went up to grade 6. You got a concession. Okay, I know that means like you negotiated with the engineers, but I think it's much funnier if you consider it as like going up to the concession stand at a sports event. If you like go up to you've got your what are some of the traditional ones? Like over here you've got like maybe an iceberg stand, maybe maybe there's a Wendy's thing in there, or maybe it's just like a regular old food court. And then right next to that you've got like your titanium supplier with your titanium 6. Yeah, your titanium corn dogs. It is zirconium. Okay, I was right. I thought zirconium was normally a ceramic, but I guess it's just a metal, not or it's just an element, not and they put it into a ceramic. Oh, that's right. It's cubic zirconium. That's the ceramic stuff. It's only a low percentage in an alloy. Okay. I don't remember. I just remember seeing it on the print. Yeah, it wasn't just titanium either. It's actually a piece of graphite bonded to the titanium, and it was a modification job. Like they had these things produced, like as part of their production facility, and then the R&D department just had us modify them to do, I don't know, whatever. Oh, you? Yeah, I know. So the reason I knew what kind of sparks it makes is because the in between of getting to the graphite from the titanium, or other way around, getting to the titanium from the graphite, that like last couple of step overs was spicy. Let's put it that way. 0.08%. Jesus, that is very low percent. Like just don't even put it in at that point. God, it is still stuck, and I don't know why. I think it's probably close enough where I can push it in, but then I'll have a hell of a time getting it out. So we're gonna do that later. We're gonna call that good. Let's take a look at this guy, which will probably have the same issue. Or it won't, or it'll just go in perfectly first try. Never mind. Okay, cool. Easy. We do have some marks on there, presumably from where I grabbed it with vice grips to get it out at first, because it was like covered in grease. So let's just file those off. Let's see here. Um, okay, I mean, honestly, that's already pretty damn good. So let's see. This one goes in nice and easily, so we can just push this in a little. Uh, yeah, okay. Now let's take a look at the gear that goes with it, and just test fit this guy because this guy has some damage to it on the inside here. If you take a look, if the camera focuses, there we go. There's a big gouge in it, and that's from where basically there's a set screw that goes on here, and the set screw pushes on the shaft, but the shaft raised a burr when it did that. It made a little dent in it, and so the upset part, like you can see the little dent, the remnants of it anyway. It's very hard to show shiny things on camera. Uh, I do my best, but you can see the little dent that it left. Um, and so it raised up material, and so then when I tried to get this gear off, it actually it cut it like a shaper. And so it left a big old gouge right down the center, right there. So it might be difficult to get this guy back on. Well, let's find out. So let's see. The gouge goes like this, so the gear must go like this. Okay. So let's just carefully. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, it's Wow. Yeah, that's a bit messed up. Or no, I'm just going at an angle, aren't I? Okay. Ah. Um, I don't even know what was causing the problem there, which is a little concerning. Let's see. I guess first things first, let's chamfer this edge. So we can just remove that variable. Okay. Let's see. Going around the edge to make sure that there is no burr over here, including on the keyway, which is kind of difficult to get at. Let's see. Okay, got that. Now, I'm gonna just take a couple of swipes at the burr on the inside. Uh, oh, sorry, on the gouge at the inside, because I don't want to damage the bore too much, but I believe some material got messed up over here, which is what's causing the issue. Okay, let's start. Let's try and test with this guy again. Okay, okay, it's a little better. So we did something. It is. Oh, it is going. Okay, just had to get it past that initial hurdle. All right, good. So this goes on, and the key goes in with no problems. Okay, sick. So that's already done. So I'm just trying to. Oh, ugh, awful noises. Ugh. I don't know if the. I hope the noise suppression cut that out because yucky, bad noises. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it wasn't a burr on the gear. It was a burr on the shaft, I think. Yeah, there's a little dent in there. Okay. Yeah, let's pop that. Let's we're just gonna again chamfer this edge and see how much that fixes it. That's not how English works. See if that fixes it. I'm very good at speaking. Okay. Let me see here. Oh yeah. Guys, words are so hard. Holy crap. Okay. What have you guys been been doing for the holidays? Is anyone gonna be traveling to see family or anything like that? Um, I will admit I stole this topic from Sideari, but it's an interesting one. I'm kind of curious. Because my plans consist of waiting and seeing what my family wants to do, because I know we're gonna do some kind of a family gathering. We do every year. We do with the immediate family in the area. We always do a dinner and like hang out. Uh, that's such an informal way to say it. We do a dinner and hang out at my grandma's place. Um, and, do normal. I guess it's really just family dinner. I don't even know what else. But it's family dinner, but it lasts 4 hours because they like to talk. Which is it's a little painful, honestly, because I don't have that much to say. Well, I do have a lot to say. I do have a lot to say, but people don't normally give a shit. Uh, let's take a look at this. I can go on here and I can talk about I can talk about work all I want, and it's great, and I can respond, and it'll be fun. But at family dinner, no one knows what the fuck a mill is, which makes it a little bit harder uh, to discuss. And because I don't do anything else, it's a little bit weird. I don't know how to be a human. We are learning. Skiing during Christmas, so including your parents and nearest family, be 1,000 kilometers away. Dang, that is quite a ways away. I mean, that sounds like fun though. Uh, can I ask where you're going, or is it? I guess is that too much? Don't sweat it if that's too much. But the yeah, I've been never been one for skiing personally. Like I've been once or twice in my life. But I know a lot of people who are like avid skiers. I actually know one guy who was he actually got money. I don't remember exactly how he made money, but this was in like middle school, and he got put on the cover of a magazine or something because he was so good at skiing. Austria, the Alps. Ooh, dang, you're going to the fancy places too, huh? That's awesome. Yeah, over here people just go down to Utah, um, when they ski because it's not that far away, or there's some mountains up here too. But Utah's the best around. So um, at least in the area. Yeah, I just know of the Alps and skiing because, like, as a kid, I watched a ton of, or I read a ton of spy movies and stuff. Um, or I read a ton of spy movies. Yes, good English. I read a ton of like spy novels. And a lot of them, like the fancy rich people who were, secretly evil would go to, yeah, that'd be much further away from you. Yeah, I would assume so. Um, and that's where all the fancy rich people would go for their winter retreat. It's like, oh, I'm going on a skiing vacation to the Alps, the Swiss Alps. I will be going skiing for 5 years, or five. I will be going for 5 months, and no one shall contact me. And then they mysteriously wind up dead. And it's like, oh my gosh, they died in their mansion at the Swiss Alps or whatever. That's just the traditional thing of display of nobility, if you will. I don't know why that's what it is, but that is what it seemed to be. I guess, yeah, I don't know shit about that area. Is it actually that nice and expensive and things, or is it just a weird perception? Hmm. Yeah, I just failed at drinking tea. I'm gonna get my British citizenship revoked. You will not be evil, so you won't be dying. Hopefully not. Well, it's usually that like the undercover agent has to go to their secret lair in the Swiss Alps and discover, whatever fucked up thing they're doing. Like I remember one, oh gosh, I forget what the book was, what the character was called. I want to say it was Alex something, or is it Alexander? Uh, but it was a book about, it was a British kid who got recruited into MI6 through reasons, and it's very handy to have a child on the payroll of MI6 because Who's going to suspect a child of being a spy? But it was a series of books that I absolutely loved as a kid. I used to read so much, dude. It was kind of insane. The volume of books that I would read. Like I was not instead of if I was bad or like not focusing on my homework or whatever, my parents wouldn't uh like turn off the TV or I whatever, I don't know. Like uh, take away my baseball glove or something. I don't know. They would just like take away my books because I was an avid reader. Skiing is somewhat expensive, I guess, because you need a lift pass to place to stay during this. Yeah, fair enough. It would be a pretty expensive trip, especially if you're like living in luxury and not doing the economy class options. Okay, let's see here. So this pulley is actually what drives, is part of what drives the spindle. Let's take a little rag, just give it a wipe on the inside before we assemble it so we don't damage anything again. Trying to be very careful about not damaging this thing. Even though the previous owner was not. Is that a set screw? Oh, it is. Oh, that's the oil set screw. Wait, so am I missing two set screws? Oh, shit. How did I do that? Oh, man. I can see, sorry, what I was talking about is there's a little, let me see, if I rotate it properly. I saw it for a second there. Here, let me pull out my flashlight. Okay. Here we go. So you see that little hole there? Um, so that hole is not actually for retaining the part like it is on the gear because this pulley is actually free to spin. It has bronze bushings on the inside and it's supposed to spin on the shaft freely like this. Um, that's part of the way that they get additional gearing options for different RPMs on the spindle. Is you have what's called the back gear assembly, and this it goes through a whole separate gear train to do that as an option. But this set screw here is just to cover an oil reservoir because you can see in there. Hopefully, let me turn on my light again. Um, so hopefully you can see that we actually, instead of having one continuous bronze bushing going all the way through, we have two. And then there's a gap in between the two. So there's one on this side, and then there's one on this side. And in between the two, we have a gap, which is where the oil goes. And so we have a little oil reservoir inside of it to lubricate this thing. um, and it looks like I somehow lost, or maybe it's also possible that it was missing in the first place. But the set screw is gone, which is unfortunate. Yeah, skiing. I'm still thinking about that. Skiing is a really expensive hobby. I know that much. I do not know much about skiing. Like I said, I've been like twice in my life, and I just rented skis and stuff. But there are quite a few people who ski around here, and they all talk about how expensive the gear is, and it's like, holy shit, man! So, like some people pay like 5 grand for a pair of bindings or whatever. Uh, I don't remember if they're called binding, which part of it, but they were describing how insanely expensive some of it was. It's like holy shit, it's more money than shit balls. professional, professional dumbass. I just dropped it. It's fine. We didn't damage anything. We're fine. It's fine. I think those specifically the 5 grand ones. If I remember right, my friend was talking about how he got them on Facebook Marketplace from someone who got them custom made, and then like barely used them, and they then just sold them for like 200 bucks or something. I'm pulling these numbers out of my ass entirely, to be clear. Uh, but it's it's just crazy how much money people will spend on that stuff, and I'm not going to say like it's not as if my 1K on a pair of skis, but 5K for only binding sounds excessive. Yeah, it might not have been. I might be totally wrong on what part of it was, but it was something fancy and it was something weird. Uh, It was like a lot of money. A lot of money. It was in the thousands of dollars of range. I remember that much. Um, and I'm one to talk with my expensive hobbies. I spent like 2 grand on the surface grinder behind me, and $300 on the lathe, and then however much in parts. But you know, uh, I'm going to pretend like mine is fine. I like my hobby, and therefore it's better. It's better than your hobbies because I don't like your hobby, obviously. Okay, so that goes on and that spins nice and freely. We've got a little bit of play in the fit between the two, but I think that's okay. It's not a ton, not that bad. So I will say it is acceptable. Okay, and now this is the gear that mates with the pulley here. Just gotta realize it's okay to spend your money on hobbies. Yeah, I know. I need to. I should probably be spending more, not on machining, but on streaming. I should be better. I should be a better streamer. I'm bad at this. I need to like someone give me a master class on how to be a good yapper, uh, a good talker, and I want to get a better camera, but like sticker shock on those is crazy. Finally upgraded the mic, and I did upgrade my camera, I guess, but I'm just using my phone. But I want a better setup for like everything. From what I've have seen, last heard, you're doing just fine. Well, thank you. I do my best. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why people watch some of this shit. Some of it's sometimes I feel like I do a good job, and then sometimes I do a bad job. And it's like, oh my god, why are you guys here? Get out of here! Do you not, don't waste your time. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. Um, let's see. And then we've got this last gear, which just fits on right here. It should fit on, but it does not. Uh, oh, there's a dent in the spindle, of course. Let's see. Yeah, as far as streaming goes, I need to take things a little bit more seriously, but I also at the same time it's a hobby and I do not have a ton of time. You're still doing interesting stuff, so that probably helps when you're slacking on the yapping. Yeah, that's what I. It is a blessing and a curse to be doing this kind of stuff on Twitch, because most people don't do this kind of stuff, because it's hard. It's hard to think and talk at the same time, which I have an advantage because I'm doing restoration content so far, which is very easy to just like turn your brain off, just do the cleaning, do the manual work, and then I can like explain stuff if I'm lacking. Um, but also, it's a massive disadvantage because A, it's really, really hard to think while streaming and talking. I don't know how some people like answer DMs and stuff live without just like going silent for a minute and a half. Because like even just reading chat, I'll sometimes go silent and lose my train of thought. It's crazy. And then the other big disadvantage is not many people look for this kind of stuff because it's fucking weird. It's Twitch. Twitch is the gaming platform for gamers. What is up, my gamers? How do you do, fellow kids? And so it's a bit of a weird thing to come across. I need to. I don't know. I haven't actually done a ton of Googling, and by a ton, I mean I haven't done any Googling on like how to be a better streamer. I haven't looked for any of those like basic tutorials and guides type of thing but I should. Uh, I just don't want to because they're all going to be really lame and like, so you want to be the next ninja, don't ya, kid? Very clickbaity, but I feel like I probably should to kind of get better at the just chatting aspect of this, because I'm not always the best. And I watch some other people and it's like, holy shit, why are you this good at this? Yeah, streamer brain is very real. It's extremely real. I didn't realize just how difficult it was until I started doing this. But I understand every time you see a streamer like do something really stupid, like especially even in a game or like you can see them uh like reading something and then not properly understanding what it said in the like in the instructions or whatever. I totally understand it now. I will never give someone shit for it again. Actually, that's a lie. I will give people shit for it because it's funny. But uh but like I understand it now because it is so easy to just have things go in one ear out the other while you're trying to like talk and be entertaining and everything, man. And like I'm not even doing that good of a job, I don't think. Uh um I'm just trying to do my little projects. I'm kind of using this as a two for one hobby, and as an excuse to make myself do more. I could be a lot faster if I was not streaming all of this, but streaming all of this is fun. I enjoy it, and I get to talk to cool people. And eventually, I'd like to, start making friends and stuff. Like I made a lot of friends on the on Ellie's server, the Codebug server, because they're all autistic, just like me. Uh, and so that's actually why I have any viewers is because a lot of people are very cool and like me for some reason. I've tricked them. They've fallen into my trap, and now they're going to discover that I am a dumbass. And so yeah. Anyway, I got to boost past the initial like zero viewer Andy stage of streaming, which is great. Multitasking not how brains generally operate. Yeah, it's people like to say that it is, and some people do it to a crazy degree, which is like baffles me. Like Wolf with Sword watches like 5 streams at once, and also like moderates and stuff. And it's like, what the fuck, man? How is that possible? I can't have a stream and like do work at the same time. That's why I'm so active in a lot of chats. So like if you see me in a chat room or in a chat room, God, it's not like IRC. If you see me in someone's chat on stream, I'm probably going to be really active most of the time anyway. And that's because it takes all of my brain power to be there and listen. And so that means I want to be engaged and like talk and chat and stuff. It's okay. We knew you were a dumbass already. Ah, well, shit. The jig is up, kid. uh, wait. Uh, Oh man, see, this is what I'm talking about. Thoughts just went out, brain. Oh yeah, yeah. So I'm either really active in chat, or I'm gonna be lurking and just listening because I can kind of listen and do like work. Uh, like say I'm at work. Honestly that's where a lot of my like stream watching time comes from. Is when I'm at work and I'm just like doing stuff. Uh, that doesn't need a ton of brain power. I will pull up someone's stream, and I'll still chat occasionally, but I still need a little bit of thought juices, so I'm not that active. But if you see me active, it is I am just doing that and nothing else. Or maybe I'm DMing someone, but like that's about it. Why is this still stuck? Why doesn't it want to rotate? The chat is actually an IRC channel. Yeah, pretty much. Wait, is it actually an IRC channel under the hood? Is that how it works? I don't know. I don't know shit about how Twitch works or really how IRC works. Uh, I'm aware of IRC because of like, just cultural osmosis, but I was not around during the time of the internet where that was a thing that you did. I was but a small child at that point in time. Uh, why the fuck is it doing this? Why isn't it spinning? Or yeah, wait, why isn't it? Why are you causing problems? Hmm. I'm, I'm just inspecting the board to see any shiny marks from where it was rubbing during that. Oh, there's one. I found the burr. I think I found the burr. It's right there. I just missed it. Dev.twitch.tv. I I love clicking sketchy links in chat. Twitch IRC is a chat interface provided by Twitch. Modified. Huh. Just Twitch IRC is a chat interface provided by Twitch based on a modified RFC 1459 and IRC v3 message tag specification. While Twitch's IRC server generally follows RFC 1459, it doesn't support all IRC messages. Twitch IRC has limited features, and for full chatbot functionality, some API calls will need to be made, such as in the case of using chat commands. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Oh, weird. Okay, I need to look into this because I want to do some Twitch integrated stuff with rating chat and things, and that's one of the things I need to learn how chat works so I can do that. Like, I know I talked about this already, but like I think we have some new people here, so I'm going to talk about it again anyway. I want to make a um. Well, I want to make a few things actually. I want to make uh a fish that reads out my messages, like you know those talking fish that people mount on the wall or whatever, and it just goes bop, 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 when it as it says words. I want to make one of those, but have it be the Twitch TTS because I think that'll be funny. And then the other thing is, I want to make a one of the if you watch VTubers, how they have like some of them do the Twitch integrated throwing system, which is just it lets you throw bits at people. So like people donate bits and then it throws them at the VTuber model, and then VTuber model gets all pop, 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 and they're thrown around and stuff. I want to make that in real life because I think it would be really funny to also just be minding my own business and then I get like shot with something from across the room because someone donated like 100 bits. That is just a couple of the projects. I have a few other funny ones that I'd like to do at some point. Those are like way down the pipeline though. The other ones we could probably get away with. The big mouth Billy Bass, yes sir. That's it. That is the one. Okay, does this go on now? No, kind of. And then when stream is over, you'll be picking up throwing bits for 20 minutes. Yeah, see, I'm tempted to make it like something small. Like I want to make. I don't want to do a full airsoft gun because that'll hurt. But I would maybe just like have a low power airsoft BB. So because those are just like little 6 millimeter plastic balls, and so if it could just throw those, that would be fine. I could live with that. And they could just like be all over the shop. But yeah, picking up the thrown things afterwards sounds like a nightmare. Uh, but it would be really funny. Maybe we could just do it like for a couple of streams. That I could live with. But I don't want to be picking up after you guys all that time. You can tune down airsoft guns, but paintball would be funnier. Oh my god, paintball would be hilarious, actually. I mean, if it works, we could just like upgrade the weapon system, I guess. Because I think the hard part is going to be making whatever tracks me around. Because I'm like, presumably, I'm going to be walking around because I do IRL stuff. uh, and so I need to make something that can track and then also fire based on chat commands. Um, and that sounds difficult, but it would be really funny to like maybe. Oh my god! Wait, chat plays paintball. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Wait, this would be kind of awesome. Okay, I just had this thought. Eventually, we make a robot like the kind that like VTubers use at events where it's just an iPad on a screen or an iPad on a screen, or it's an iPad on a stick and with like a little robot that drives it around and stuff. Imagine, imagine we take we make one of those, and then we put a paintball gun on it, and then we take it to a large warehouse place or maybe an entire paintball arena, and then chat plays paintball with me. That would be so sick. Because you guys could imagine people being able to actually like drive around and then like maybe to make it a little bit simpler, you can have the like object tracking and the aiming stuff be done um by a separate system that just automatically finds the closest person, and then chat just chooses when to fire and stuff. But I wonder if you could just rip apart a PTZ cam. Yeah, that's the thought I was that's the thought I was thinking. Me English good. That's the that was the idea behind the tracking thing that I had when I learned that some of them would do that. I feel like you'd be at a significant disadvantage. Yes, you would be, but it would be really funny. I mean, we could also just do okay. Oh my god, I need to stop having so many like large scale ideas that I have no idea how to complete. We could do it where Michael Reeves made that eyeball tracking laser pointer. It's definitely doable to make it that tracker mechanism. It totally is. It totally is. I guess the other thing that we could do, instead of having chat be the only other contestant, is it we could make a bunch of these little robots and then have streamers control them and just make RC paintball bots. Uh, I mean, you could. That's the same thing as like playing Call of Duty, but it's way funnier if it's in real life. It feels like the kind of thing that would get you a Raytheon sponsorship. Oh my god. Can you imagine sponsored by Raytheon, the VTuber? That would be so funny. Yes. Uh, Choose Raytheon for all of your bombing the Middle East needs. uh, yeah, choose Raytheon to build all of your missile guidance systems. Imagine the fucking ad read. Holy shit, that would be so funny. Oh my god. I mean, honestly, just any sponsorship for me would be really funny. Perhaps you could do lasers. That would be better for the robots and probably easy for hit detection. Oh god, I didn't think about hit detection. Yeah, I did not think about hit detection. Yeah, lasers would be much easier. Um, hmm. Yeah, but again, I guess we did really just circle back to making a first-person shooter game, but in real life, huh? It's like let's play a first-person shooter, but also it has lag, and also your controls suck. Paintballs are much more tactile, though. Yeah, it's way funnier. Probably dismantle a laser quest kit for it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's definitely easier ways to do that. Probably detect them with an accelerometer. Yeah, I suppose. Or I would just go with pressure sensors. Um, if you're going with like the stick approach, uh, where it's just like an iPad on a stick, you could just have little pressure, little pads all around it in like a radial pattern that are with some kind of like a force sensor on it that just or even simpler, like like how a Roomba works, or I guess Roombas are dead now. You know how like robot vacuums have the little bumper on the front, it just like bumps back and hits a limit switch. You could just do something like that and just make a bunch of little pads. But yeah, uh, an accelerometer would maybe also work. It kind of I don't know. I don't know enough about software to tell you if that would work. It would have very realistic physics. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, who needs a physics simulator for a game if you could just do the simulation IRL? Yeah, why don't people just if all these idiots doing fluid simulation stuff in Blender? It's like, come on, you could just like pour a glass of water out. Come on, what are you doing? Idiots. The uh oh gosh, I just had an idea for a meme and I don't know how to explain it through words. I'm gonna hold on. Let me put that on the to do list. I will make it as soon as I stop stream because I think it's really funny. Uh, wait, let me see. Uh, okay. Filter for high impulse events and detect a hit anywhere on the robot? Yeah. I mean, I'd be worried about. I guess if you just put it at the top, it would be fine. Yeah, that would work. Yeah, that probably would work. Yeah, rope-oriented writing the software, that is an option. Dink donk, dink donk, do my projects for me. No, I do want to learn more about writing software and stuff. It's just I don't know jack shit. I don't know where to start. Well, I know a little bit. I was actually going to go into computer science before I switched to mechanical engineering because I really enjoyed my computer science classes in high school in programming. I liked it a lot. I still do. I should do more programming stuff. Uh, it's just the scale of projects I want to do means I don't know how much time I have to learn everything that would be needed to complete them. Which it's the unfortunate reality. Because some of them it's like I don't even know what to Google to find this. I'm sure I could figure it out eventually. It's just gonna take some time. Programming was super fun. Yeah, it's good. Probably good choice. Software engineering job market is particularly awful right now. Yeah, seriously, I made the right call going into this, and hardware way more fun, and also you know, good luck automating this shit. Actually, not automating it. I can automate this, but like you can't automate the automation away. No, you can't automate the automator. Yeah, that's how English works. Okie dokie. Um, let's see. Last thing we need to do is there's actually. Do you keep seeing the ads for Cam Assist? I have not. You told me about this, or I've heard of it though. I don't remember if you told me about it or where heard about it. But it's like the little AI cam tool, right? It just sounds bad. I like I've there's definitely a time and a place for that kind of a thing, and I do think it's a it could be a decent way of getting just a start on something, on like a rough uh like a first draft of a program, but it takes so much experience to know what will and will not work. Um, and honestly, it sometimes a lot of the time it just takes trial and error. I know it's the most overused joke in engineering, but having a really boring day. Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna be overusing that joke as well as soon as this thing is back up and running. It's like you're contractually obligated to make it at least once per. On YouTube, it's like once per video, but for Twitch, it's gonna be once per stream. Okay, so this thing, we've got a little indexing pin. Lathe? Yes, yes, we are. We are making a lathe. Fuck. Trying to put it back together anyway. Or were you asking what that is? Um, honestly, I'm not sure. This is something that I should get better at is like, learning how to explain what the fuck a lathe is. Because had a lot of people ask me, and I'm not good at explaining about it. Both. Okay. So a lathe is a tool for making round things. It's basically the tool that makes everything in this world. Yeah, part go spin, tool go cut is the simplified version of it. Um, so you take you take whatever your part is and you spin it really fast. Uh, and so then you take a sharp cutting tool and you move it along the workpiece, and as you go, you can cut a round surface. So, for example, if this is our part and this is spinning, right? I can take a cutting tool and move it along here, and then I can make sure to pull it out at this. Fuck, it's fine. Uh, and then this goes out. Right, we could take this over, and then the basically you trace the outline of the part with what your cutting tool, and then it'll do that. There's a lot more nuance to that. You can do a lot more fancy shit, like you can cut threads like this to make a nut, for example, or a nut and a bolt. All right, this is a better example because it's actually a large enough pitch where you can see what the hell is going on. um, but yeah, it's basically the machine that makes the entire world go round. Pun not intended, but welcomed. Uh, Basically everything in the modern world either was made on a lathe or was made using a process that at some point involved a lathe. They are incredibly useful machines. You can make basically anything with a little bit of creativity and, enough time and raw material. So, yeah, make round stuff small. Yes, you cannot make the round stuff bigger. They have not invented the hole shrinker yet. Well, you kind of can do that, but we're not going to talk about that. Okay. Modern world, return to monkey. Yes. Lathes and printers, that's what keeps the world running. I suppose it is. So, let's see. This is the little indexing pin. So you can see that there are two little divots. Here, camera focus. There are two little divots on it, right? You can see, hopefully, right there. Yeah, let me get, my fingers are too fat. You can use a MIG gun while part spins in a lathe. That's called, you can do that kind of. That is a thing. Or flame spray and rebuild parts like that. But generally, you don't do that. So these two little divots, right here and right here, and they meet up with a little spring-loaded pin, which is in there, right? Hopefully you can see that. Let me see. Let me point. So it's this guy right here. Okay, so we just put that guy in, and this is spring-loaded. And so when it meets up with the hole shrinker is a ball bearing and a hammer. Yeah, I know about that trick too, but generally you can't do that. You shouldn't do that, but you can. Um, so because it's spring loaded and we have those divots, it means that this has like two positions that where it'll stop at. And so that this is used to index things. So we just have to somehow reassemble this motherfucker, which is easier said than done. Because it's very small, and I'm not even gonna try to show you guys what the hell is going on because it's hard. Well, now it doesn't even want to go in. Why is it struggling on the easy part? What? Eh? Oh, there we go. Got it. It was just like a little crooked. Some of the DMG mill turns have additive built in now. Yeah, I have heard of those before. I've actually seen there's this company that makes add-ons for Haas 5-axis machines. That it's just a laser welder that they like slap onto the side of a UMG or UMC, whatever, one of those. If you're good, you can use the round. Yeah, you can make stuff square with it too. I love that trick. Okay, the problem with all of these springs is that they're really fucked up. This one is not springing effectively anymore because it's too old. So it's just loose and rattling, which is actually kind of a problem. I might need to replace those. Shit. I saw an assortment of springs at the hardware store the other day, and I considered buying it for this exact reason, and I didn't. And now pasta fazool, I am a fool. Son of a bitch. I don't know what to do about that. Oh, gas CNC machine. Man, if you had a lathe, you could make your own springs. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If I had a lathe, I could make a lot of things. It could make this whole process a whole lot easier. But alas. Okay, let's get this fucker out completely. I said, let's get this out. Why is it stuck? Get out of there, you rat bastard. Anyone know where to go find good oven mitts? Your plastic one's broke and you burnt yourself a bit? Welding gloves. Get welding gloves. That's the real answer. Okay, let's get the spring back out. Yeah, exactly. Use MIG welding gloves because then they're also made to be so you can have like a decent amount of dexterity while you're wearing them. So it's actually better. MIG, MIG is it's an acronym for what is it? I almost said metal infused. That's not right. It's oh no, don't tell me. Wait a minute. It stands for something gas. I know tungsten. TIG is tungsten something. Oh no, I forgot what it stands for. Metal infused gloves. Inert. That's what it is. Fuck. They're also good for angry cats. I never considered that uh, angry cats would be a concern or would be a good use case for welding gloves. It's inert gas. Yeah, I couldn't remember it. I'm too out of it. It's fine. I can cheat a little bit as a treat. Um, how the fuck am I gonna do this? How are we gonna? What I'm gonna try is I'm gonna try to grab the spring and lengthen it, because it is currently overdone. Time zones are being a bitch, of course. Yeah, go to bed. Thank you for coming by, twins. I appreciate that. It does work well for angry slash spicy animals. Yes. You know what? The problem is I do not have another spring. Um, no one cares what the acronym means. One is the hot glue gun. One is the expensive one. Yep, exactly. I just try to remember because I think it's fun. I don't know if I should try to lengthen the spring or not, because there are actually quite a few springs on this thing that need to be replaced. Um, and yeah, we can't assemble the spindle without that in there, because it'll be difficult to do later. Disassembling will be basically impossible once the spindle is assembled, so we can't take it out. I can't just put it in for now. I guess I can leave this feature out because I can assemble it later. I just can't disassemble it later, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll leave the spring plunger out for now. And I will do some other stuff. We tried FlexCore MIG in the shop a bit ago and it went terribly. Oh no. Wait, what went terribly? How do you fuck up FlexCore MIG? I mean, it's just like you throw the thing on. You don't even need gas. It's not even MIG. It's a separate thing. It's shielded. I guess would that count as a type of stick welding? Because it's SMAW, SMAW shielded metal arc welding? Genuinely, yes. No, that sounds about right. Okay, I don't understand why this thing is stuck. Hold on, let me get a punch. This is ridiculous. Let's see, but yeah, I mean, I haven't tried uh, flux core welding myself, so like I don't actually have much. Uh, I don't have any legs to stand on in this discussion. Um, but I thought you just point and shoot. You can't even like fuck up the gas or anything. Or like I guess you can make the arc too long or something, but not that bad. It is a massive mess. That's true. Arc welding's your favorite welding you do? Flex core spatters? Yeah. I mean, it is peanut gallerying. Yes, that's my job as a streamer is to make fun of you and be the peanut gallery. It's the professional peanut gallery. Okay. Yeah, that is the biggest downside of uh any flux core welding process, stick or wire. Why is this stuck? What is your fucking problem, man? It's not this. It must be in here. Let me grab. I got a little scraper tool. Let me see. And it's somewhere in my tool bag. I really need to clean out my bag because, like, I have things like this crunched granola bar. It's been in there for God knows how long. Um, Where the fuck is it? I know it's in here. But yeah, I carry this bag to and from work every day because it has my impact of my drill driver set in there, and I don't want to buy another one just for work, so I just carry it to work as my little work purse. Let me see. It worked, but penetration was terrible. I mean that sounds about right for MIG though. You still need to control the puddle, but settings do matter. Fair enough. Granola bars are the best, dude. MIG welding aluminum is fucking horrible. Okay, I've MIG welded aluminum. Um, I've never uh I've even stick welded aluminum just like as a test because there were a few they had like a little pack of welding rods at Ace Hardware, so I was like, I want to try that. I've heard it's terrible, and it was terrible, but I've done it. But I've MIG welded aluminum, and it's super easy. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Uh, I had no issues. I hung my like 100 and something odd pound robot off of those welds multiple times and like swung it around too. It worked well. They did break eventually, but that was because of skill issue on the driver's part. I was the driver, one of the drivers, but yeah, they only broke because we like accidentally hung off of just one of them, one of the uh posts instead of two, and so it just snapped. Let's see. I want to get a used multi-process welder. Yeah, dude, I want one so much. I want a multi-process. What does everyone's deburring box look like? Wait, plasma. What the hell is a plasma arc welder? I've never heard of that before. Alloy matters a ton. You have to really trust your setting. I guess yeah. I've only done it on like 6061 to be fair. So yeah. In my deburring box, my go-to is either is one of these guys, those little triangular scrapers. We have one at every single like workbench at work, and they're the best. We also have one of the like the traditional deburring tools, um, and those work fine. They get dull really quickly, but they're fine. Uh, and then we also have a box of countersinks, and I like those. They're fine. For weird geometries and especially things that don't really matter that much, like castings, I bust out a die grinder with a carbide burr on it and go to town. But lately, for especially for lathe work, of course, and for just general fine finishing work, I have a little stick of Cratex. I think that's the brand name. I don't think this is the real stuff, but it's the general vibe of it. It's this rubberized abrasive stuff. So it's like a piece of rubber that has abrasive like built into it, and it has and so that means that it wears out really quickly. But in doing so, it conforms to the surface of your part, which makes it really great for like deburring threads on a lathe. Um, you can also, there's also the obvious one is Scotch Brite. Scotch Brite hides all sins. That's the best. Or just a file. I forgot a file because I've just kind of assumed that was obvious. But yeah, files are good. Um, but for weird internal holes, this thing is the best, hands down. It's like I can get at the inside of this hole. Uh, I can even get it this hole from this side. I don't know if you can see. Let's zoom in. Let me see here. Okay. But yeah, I love these little scrapers because I can do things like get at the inside of this hole. Man, why does it get so low res? Whatever. From the backside. And so you really can't beat this thing, in my opinion. It can also be resharpened super easily, like a bench grinder. Plasmic's like TIG, but the electrode is up the torch and you get a stiffer arc. Weird. Yeah, never heard of that. You got the same blade? Yeah, dude, they're so good. I don't like the ones that get resharpened at the bench grinder. That's why I bought my own, because I wanted one that was super sharp and new. And it's so nice. I don't use it for work. I just use it for personal stuff, so it stays nice. Or I don't use it too often for work. I have occasionally. Oh, and then actually for plastic parts specifically, I bought a just a cheap Harbor Freight quality like craft knife set, like an X-Acto knife basically. And that thing is super nice because you just need a really sharp blade and you just go very carefully. And you can even use the side of the blade, kind of like you would use one of these, and just go whoop and just dust off the burr. It's good. Throwing off the balance of my spindle. Yeah, the balance is going to be severely affected by the like 2 grams. It's not even a gram. I would by the like minuscule amount that I just removed from that. It's very sad. Why is this still stuck? It spins, it just doesn't go in. What the fucking? Oh, I see it. Oh, there's a burr on this guy too. Okay. Remember to take an equal amount off the opposite side. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this thing is definitely going to be going at speeds high enough for that to matter. Okay. You know, that actually does remind me of something. So I've been looking into combat robotics a lot because it's cool. Um, and this just made me realize, for a lot of their weapons, they spin at like insane speeds because they use like brushless motors and they spin at however many tens of thousands of RPM. I've seen them go as high as like 30,000, sometimes 50 is what they claim. At least that's the theoretical max. I doubt they get to that, but that's what they spin up to. But their weapons are they do try to balance them in CAD, and that works. But they very rarely, from what I've seen, actually balance them in person. So they just balance the design itself and call that good enough, and then they get these things laser cut, uh, and sometimes they'll have them machined. It depends. Your mileage may vary. Whoops. Uh, but I never thought about that before this because like the amount of vibration that has to create just from like a little imbalance from a laser welding slag must be kind of insane. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just fine. I mean, granted, it's designed to get the whole point of them is to get like destroyed and smashed to pieces and everything. But it's kind of crazy that they don't have to do that because for high speed spindles and stuff, you've got even for this thing, which doesn't run that high of an RPM, we've got a series of balance holes over here. And one of the repeat jobs that we have at work is one of our customers uh works on pumps and stuff, and they just come to us with impellers, and they ask us like, hey, take off like an inch off the diameter or whatever, and then uh, uh we have to rebalance them for them. So that is kind of interesting. I don't know how fast those impellers spin. They're sizable. I would say 12 inches to like 15, maybe. I don't usually work on those, but blade is only going to spin for hours of life of the robot compared to decades for a machine tool. I mean, yeah, but I feel like at those speeds, any little imbalances is going to cause like a lot of problems. I don't know. That's my intuition, but I guess yeah, you're right. It is designing for the lifespan of the machine. Keep it simple, stupid. And not only the lifespan of the machine, but also the intended purpose. A high-speed spindle for a machine tool is going to need to be accurate at those high speeds and not run out or anything and cause issues with their tiny little tools that they're running at high speeds. But a combat robot, they don't give a shit. It's just how fast can you destroy something else? Okay, we're also gonna just take this guy and deburr this side too, because I can feel more burr. God, I love these scrapers when they're brand new. This one's not brand new, but it is newer. And it's so much nicer than the ones that we reground by hand and just sharpened at work. Those things are dull as hell and kind of hard to use, but this thing's great. Mm. Oh man, that's a sponsorship that I would take. I would love to get sponsored by Noga. Holy shit. They wouldn't even have to give me money. They would just have to send me like a couple of indicator stands, and I would chill. I absolutely have a price. Inaccuracy is a feature in combat robotics. After all, comments inducing randomness in your component. Yeah. In the end, it's all just chemistry. They're just following the entropy laws of thermodynamics. Spindle balance defects and surface punch. Yeah, you're totally right. It is just because I'm coming from the world of everything needs to be perfectly balanced because accuracy, and then going into it's fine. It's very different. It's kind of interesting. Uh, Different. What's it called? Dichotomy. There's your word for the day. Dichotomy. I don't know how to spell it, and I don't know what the definition is, but I know that's what it means. I know roughly what it means. Okie dokie. So let's you used to make gyroscope parts with the javelin missiles. Oh my god, that's kind of insane. You'd be deeper under microscopes. They spend 100,000 RPM. The burrs would come off and wreck the mirrors. Wow, dude, that's wild. That's Man, I never thought about burrs coming off at high speeds and breaking things. That's crazy. That's really cool though. Um, okay, let's just lay out all of the parts before we do a full assembly and just take a look at them in the spindle, or on the book, I should say. So we have here. Let me flip the camera around so that unlock this. Transform. I should make. Oh, you know what would be much smarter than this? What I'm doing right now. I should make a dedicated scene that just has this flipped 180 degrees so that you guys can see exactly what I'm seeing. Oh wait, he's upside down now. There we go. Okay, so we're just looking at the book, such, as much as it is. Surprised those don't use laser ring gyros. I mean, sometimes the laser ring gyros are pretty good, but like mechanical ones are still superior if they're made well enough. There's a whole. I watched a video about the one that was used in the Minuteman missile actually recently, and those things are fucking crazy, dude. Uh, if I remember right, it was made out of beryllium, a lot of it because it's super stiff and thermally stable. And all of the individual gyros and stuff they would break every few months, but they would be spinning constantly. But the crazy part is, it had no other guidance. It had no GPS. It had no laser. It had no nothing. It went from its silo to its target with nothing but this gyroscope, and it would land within a few meters. Not because of inaccuracies in the gyroscope, but because of inaccuracies in the gravity map of the Earth, which is fucking insane. Like this thing is going at like I don't know how fast, hundreds, probably thousands of miles an hour, and it's going across the globe literally, and it would land within like a few meters of its target using nothing but its own acceleration. It's so cool. A very cool piece of tech, and I'm sure it was and incredibly expensive, justifiably. Okay, let's take a little look. See. So, uh, yeah, all the fun stuff is toxic. I mean, otherwise, if it wasn't toxic, it wouldn't be any fun. Let me see here. Where's the spindle? I mean, I guess we've got this assembly. We have a different assembly drawing somewhere. This thing is falling apart, man. Oh my gosh. This poor book, dude. Let me see here. Nope. It looks like this is the only diagram of the spindle. One of your university lecturers was a Minuteman tech. We weren't allowed to ask him any questions. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. As a mechanic, you think about the imbalance of this cover. Yeah, it's got to. That's exactly what I'm saying, Jeb. It's like it's got to be absolutely ruining the bearings. But meh, meh, I guess. Yeah, the whole point of them is to just get smacked into other things. So fair enough. Uh, the bearings, I'm sure, do not appreciate what is happening to them. The oh boy, what's it called spalling? No. There's a thing because of imbalances in bearings. It causes like dings and dishes on the bearing braces, and I'm forgetting what it's called now. Is it called spalling? Fetting? Fettering? Fretting. Might be fretting. I don't remember. Anyway, but yeah, I'm sure that that kind of wear is not good. No good, very bad. All right. Um, let's cross-reference this with the book. BattleBot will need to function for a few hours. If that shouldn't be too bad. Oh yeah, it's totally fine. It absolutely works. Like the combat robot people would have figured it out by now if that was actually a problem. It's clearly not. You also get fretting on spindle tapers if you're very unlucky. Yeah, yeah, that's what I know about. Why I know about it, I should say. Galling? Yeah, I mean that too. But that's more of if it's rubbing instead of rolling. Okay, so we have the seal here. We've got our bearing here. Then we've got this gear. Oh, zone out. Zone out? Yes, let's zone out. Honest to God, you should probably zone out from this stream. Holy shit, I'm falling apart. Okay, we've got this gear. We've got this pulley. Then we have this gear, which goes here. And then we've got... What is that? Oh, is that the... Oh, is that the shaft collar? This is the shaft collar, I think. Uh, I think this guy goes here. And then this guy goes here. Yeah. Yeah. This guy goes here. This guy goes here. And then... Wait, am I stupid? Yeah. No, I'm right. I'm right. We're good. No. No, I'm not. Why does that look like a bearing? Wait a minute. Uh, I'm looking at... Oh god, that's so small for you guys. It's so hard to balance. Like, it's showing you guys the book and all the small features and showing you a big overview of what I'm actually doing. This is not easy. um, let me. Sorry, I pulled up the manual online a while ago, or before I started stream. Let me uh, move to that. There we go. Okay, let's look at that because this is much easier to read. Let's find out. Let's figure out where it is. Okay, so lathe carrot construction. The do headstock spindle. Okay, this is like the worst PDF known to man. I mean, not really, but it's pretty. It's a little bit bad. Spindle bearings. Take up nut collar, ball thrust bearing, sleeve. Okay. Uh, Next page. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Uh, let's see here. So, whoa, can you reload? There we go. We've got our bearings here. Can you guys see my mouse as I'm doing this, by the way? I think you can. Hopefully. I don't know. This is a diagram of our spindle. We've got the big gear. We've got our set screw. We've got our little spring-loaded doohickey. We've got our pulleys. We've got our back gear over here. And then what is D? Is that the yeah, that's the shaft collar. Why is it this one looks different? Oh, it's showing the bearing shields on this one. Oh, and not the bearing itself. That's what this is. Okay. So I was getting confused. Let me see. Let's take a look. Let's actually read this. Blah 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 blah. Small gear D and spindle pulley E fastened together rigidly. Pin P. Let's see. We're looking for parts D and no parts D, E, H. Just confirming what those are. Okay. So oh wait, a small gear and pulley assembly. Wait, what? I thought that's the shaft collar. And the back gears are engaged by pulling forward the eccentric side. Okay. The belt from the countershaft drives the small gear and pulley assembly D and E. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Small back gear M meshes with the pull gear C, turning the spindle. Indexing mechanism, blade countershaft. Oops. Let's see. Blah blah blah. Adjusting belts. Why are you calling things out if you're not going to label them, dude? I also love how half of this manual is just like how high quality their product is. It's like let me see. The heavy box type cross ribs, spaced every 4 inches, rigidly brace the bedways against heavy turning forces. The heavy ways on top and the inner bead at the bottom resist longitudinal stress. The heavy streamlined legs with cross braces have a total bearing surface of 48 inches on the bed. This unusually large bearing surface provides a sturdy base for the entire lathe and keeps vibration at a minimum. Like, dude, I already bought your product. If I'm reading the manual, why are you trying to sell it to me? Uh, Bearing shim. It really doesn't say what these are, do they? Huh. It really doesn't. Hitting the set screw. Operation of the back gears. Full gear C, D, E. Wow. What a the small gear D and the spindle pulley. What? This is not a gear. Is this talking about a different? It might be talking about a different diagram. It was talking about this diagram. Son of a bitch. Oh my god, this manual. It's so bad and so bad. It is so bad and so good, is what I've tried to say. Okay. I'm fairly sure. Oh wait, these pages are missing. I'm fairly sure that it goes here. Let's put this guy over here. I'm fairly sure that the assembly stacks up like this. Then we've got our shaft collar, which goes here, and then we've got our seal. Yeah, that would make sense that it rides in there, right? Yeah, and then yeah, because it slots nicely into this little counter bore on the back side, so that makes sense. Okay, and then from there we have the bearing, which is over here. Um, we've got bearing, and then gear, and then lock nut. Okay, I'm fairly sure that is correct. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I believe so. I choose to believe. X-Files. I believe. I think that's X-Files, right? The like Alien, I believe poster with the has the UFO on it. Oh, dude, wait, I should make. Wait, that'd be kind of sick. That would be kind of a sick emote. For me, for as a little alien, to have the I believe thing. I don't know if it would be best as like an emote or like a little stream background thing or part of the overlay or I don't know. That'd be kind of sick. Pretty cool. I really need to be a better streamer. I need to get custom cool shit like that made because I think that would be really neat. Okie dokie. I believe we are now ready to but uh ready to reassemble the spindle itself. Oh no, no we're not. I forgot. We need to um cut off little thread protectors off of this wire. Which side did I anneal? Was it this side? Yeah, it was this side. It's significantly softer. Yeah, ready to reassemble. Okay, so yeah, these are just going to be little copper plugs whose only job is to get crushed and deform instead of the, wow, these are dull. Instead of the precision surfaces. Precision. I don't know. I feel like I have a speech impediment, but only when I say certain words. Like, I have precision components. Let me grab a different thing of wire cutters. Oh yeah, why didn't I grab these? What am I doing? These are literally wire cutters, not just pliers. Also, wasn't there a spring you were gonna replace slash attempt to repair? There is, but I can do that after I have the spindle reassembled, I think. So we're gonna do that. I will I will get springs while over the weekend. Okay. So we just need a couple of short, and by a couple I mean four, short things of copper. They're nice and soft. To go in between the set screws and the uh, spindle. So we've got those four. I'm gonna put those on the little tray over there. Here, let's clean up just a little bit before we get going. I can just put away some of the bullshit I don't need. Like this guy goes over here. This guy goes back in. This guy goes in the cabinet. And this guy is gonna go back in this drawer. These go back in the pouch. Uh, there's one more. Here, let's see. This guy goes back in the pouch. These go here. Drawer. Don't you guys love the this is such good content of me just muttering to myself and doing things off screen. This is great. I'm so good at this. Okay, let's put the manual back into its protective Ziploc bag. Okay. Alrighty then. You've got 6 streams open. What are you doing? What? Oh, oh, I don't understand how people do that. Should probably scan the manual just in case. I mean, there's a free version available on archive.org. And it's a much better quality. It's actually has several pages that I'm missing. I probably should scan mine just for posterity's sake, but yeah, you're not wrong. You're trying to drown out the voices. You know what? Fair enough. Can't argue with that. All right. So, flip my laptop around. Now, let's flip you guys around. You're coming with me. Or wait, hold on. I have a me when I fucking get you. Let's see. Here, become taller. Grow, my child. I should get more than one camera so I don't have to do this live. Okay. Oh no, you're up. I forgot I'm upside down. Yeah. My manual looks like a Dead Sea artifact. It really does. Hey, Tanu. Well, welcome on in. Oh, and hey, Stuffy. Welcome back. Okay, so we are ready for reassembly, I think. Let me bring you guys a little closer. Actually, how's my phone battery doing? 45. It can live. Okay. Um, Pick that over. Let's bring you guys in right here. Okay. So we're just gonna give everything a one last little wipe down with my fingers, which is in case you didn't know this is actually how clean rooms do it. And your doctor. Before they use the scalpel, every single time they take their bare fingers and they wipe it down to make sure there's no dust on it. It's the cleanest way of doing things. Okay. Now let's grab my whey oil. I'm just gonna give it a little preloading a little bit of it into there. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something. Okay, so we have 2 oil cups on the spindle, right? We've got this one and this one for each bearing. This one has like felt in it, but I actually don't know how the oil gets out. And I don't know if it gets out. Because this bearing was kind of dry. And I'm wondering if the bearing shifted. And so it covered up the oil groove. Let's throw that away. I'm gonna replace those anyway. But what happens if I just like put some oil in that cup? Where does it go? Oh, it does actually come out. Okay, we're fine. I thought the oil cups were covered or something. But no. We're good. It's all good. Okay. So now we take our spindle. I need to pull that key out. I forgot to do that. I said we pull the key out. I said I said I wasn't asking. Give me the pliers. There we go. Didn't even take that much force. Just my fingers are slippery. Okay. So now then, we put the spindle through here. Okay. And we're just gonna run this one bearing in just for a second. Just re-oil it basically. Um, distribute the oil around. Okay. Now I'm realizing I should not have. Uh, there's no good way to show this on camera without my big fat hands being in the way. I should. They should invent transparent hands. Um, let's see. So I need to. Let's put a bit of oil on this so it goes in easier. Okay. Now, oh, I almost put it on the wrong way. This guy goes over. And then, okay. And now we have our big pulley, which also gets oiled. I don't even know, that's not even in frame, whatever. It's kind of in frame. It's in the frame of our hearts. Maybe the real cameraman was the friends we made along the way. Okay, I got too much oil on that. Okay. Now I need to get this guy in. Okay. Go back through. Now we need to carefully get the bull gear back on the shaft. Go. This is hard. This kind of sucks. Why you no go? Fuck. Why is it stuck? What? What is your problem, man? It worked fine on the bench. Come on. Don't be like this, man. I can't even take the pulley off because this is. My soul hurts. Transparent hands can be made with a lathe. You're so right. Oh my god. The real cameraman was inside us all along. Ayo. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm going to kick you guys back a little. You're getting demoted slightly because I need to be able to do stuff. Why isn't this gear going in anymore? It worked fine on the outside. Do I just need to push it a little? Okay. Now it's gonna work. What the fuck, man? Okay. Let's try it again. There's just gonna be very carefully putting this guy on. Sorry, I'm being very low energy and very quiet. The machine tools actually get scared if you're not, if you don't whisper to them as you're putting them back together. They get scared or run away, and you don't want your several hundred pounds of cast iron to run away. It gets expensive really quick. Oh, now I need to who the fuck came up with this? I don't like this. This assembly procedure sucks balls. Okay. Go. Okay. Go on the spindle. Okay. Cool. So there's that. And then we take this gear with corresponding slots. And then we just lightly put that on. Okay. Now that goes in. Now I believe. Oh gosh. Not entirely sure. Not entirely sure which side this guy goes on. I mean, I'm fairly sure we can just disassemble it. It'll be fine. I just don't want to. Okay. Okay. So now I need to somehow get this shaft collar on. Come on, move. Come on, move down the line. Okay, there's that one on. There's that one on. Okay. Um, okay. And then where the fuck does this go? Shit. Hmm, I am slightly confused. I think it's supposed to go like this, but the reason I'm confused is that there's a counterbore on this shaft collar that perfectly matches the the outside diameter of this, which leads me to believe that it should go on this. Is this even in frame? It is. Chinese child could have assembled two lathes by now? How dare you? Listen, I'm trying to be careful. I think it is supposed to go like this. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay. Oh shit, I need to get the keyway in here somehow. How the fuck did they do this? How the fuck did I do this? How did I get this key? Wait, I'm actually so confused how that worked. Oh, wait, I understand. I understand. Everything makes sense. Chinese children are specialized equipment. That's a fucking quote and a half right there. Oh, ball sacks. Okay, I just dropped the key. So can you actually see what's happening? No. That's a little better. So there's a key that I need to drop into this slot and rotate around. That did the opposite of what I want. Yeah, I did this in the wrong order. I should not have. Hello? Get off of the fucking... thing. I should not have put the shaft collar on yet. That is what we're discovering here. Why is this so stubborn? It's just like me, for real, for real. Okay. Yeah, I should have put the keyway in the key in the keyway before putting on the last gear or something. I don't know. I mean, really, I think what you're supposed to do is not have the bearing shields in place. But I don't know. I got them out without taking off the bearing shields, and I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to. Come here. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Am I just dumb? How the fuck? Because to assemble this, to put the okay, let's talk this out. You're all being my rubber ducky now. You've been conscripted. To get this keyway to a place where you can fit it in and actually get it out. I'm so confused. To become the greatest machinist, you must assemble and disassemble a lathe 100 times a day, every day, until you go bald. Yes, it was him, John Machinist. He did that, and eventually he became the greatest of all time. Okay, I'm so confused on how you get, because there's a keyway in here, right? And in order to, and it's too large to go past the bearing shield, but all of this needs to be inside of here. I think I have to take the bearing shield out. How did I get this apart without taking apart the bearing shield? How is that possible? Well, wait a minute. What if I... No, this doesn't work. Never mind. Never mind. Well, shit. I feel so stupid, you guys. Oh, wait a minute. I also can't assemble... Oh. I just realized I can't actually assemble that, like, spring-loaded pin without it, uh, with this assembled, because the keyway, or the access hole is covered by this pulley normally. Ah, shit. Ah, man. I feel like an idiot. The camera is tilted. I am an idiot. Why is it tilted? Oh, because my garage floor is made of bad. There we go. That's slightly better. Optimal viewing experience. See everything at an angle. Balls. I genuinely don't know how you're supposed to assemble this without taking off that bearing shield. But I got it apart without taking apart the bearing shield, which means that it is possible. Hmm. Oh, maybe if I... Okay, wait, I have an idea. Hold on, hold on. Yes, my garage floor is made of bad. Yes. What I've discovered about myself by starting to stream is that I don't know English. I know how to string a collection of words together that sound like a sentence, but they really aren't. So we end up with things like the garage floor is made of bad. Uh, okay, I think I might be able to finagle this if I align the keyways up together. Go through the fucking slot, you rat bastard. There we go. Okay. If I align the keyways together and then like slide them in together-ish, kinda. It's okay, I speak vibe. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad someone speaks vibe. My people, my native tongue of vibes. No, there's still not enough room to do this. How the shit are you supposed to assemble this? Now I'm just getting annoyed. Like, what? Because I did this before in reverse, and I don't remember having this problem. That was like a year ago, to be fair. And by a year ago, I mean like 6 months, which is basically the same thing. I guess I wouldn't have had this problem in the past, would I? Yeah, I wouldn't have had this problem in reverse. Because this key, yeah, that's not going to happen. It's not going to work. Well, unless it does. It's so descriptive. What I'm trying to do right now is this is a half moon key. I'm trying to force it into the keyway in the gear, or push it into there, not force it in. Trying to push it into there, and into the keyway and the spindle so that they kind of meet and it functions properly. Okay. Fucking hell. Do I really need to take off that bearing shield? I'm the second most popular AI VTuber. Oh my god. I think isn't there another one? Isn't there was it Mother V3 or something? Isn't she also AI? I don't remember the details. Yeah, I'm AI generated. I mean, honestly, I don't think an AI could come up with this level of stupidity. You know, it's artificial intelligence versus genuine stupidity. The age-old debate: who would win? I'm sure I drink less water than AI, so I think I win. I mean, okay, here's something. People are all are who are like being anti-AI are like, oh my god, it consumes so much water. But like, I actually, if I'm not mistaken, they're just using the water for water cooling purposes, and so it's just getting slightly warmer, and that does have detrimental effects on the environment. When they discharge it into the uh into the river that they got it from, it does increase the natural ambient temperature of the river, and that is actually a significant problem. It's called heat pollution. But it's not like they're just drinking it, you know? It's not like your water supply is going bad because of AI. It's just a little warmer. And I haven't looked into this to be clear, but I don't think the people who are all like, "Oh my gosh, it's so bad for the environment. You drink so much water." It's actually a big deal. You like your dumbass is organic, yes. Yeah, they're all parroting the fun facts they heard on the news. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's how it works. Because, like, in no way would it make any sense to just consume the water that uh they claim it does, you know? Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, do you prefer your dumbasses organic or factory farmed? I think factory farm would be no, I can't make that joke. That's political. Um hmm. I genuinely have no idea how you're supposed to do that. Let me see here. Uh, Imagine if we have water boilers powered it. Why? I mean, you technically could do that. Use a heat exchanger to recapture some of that lost heat. Let's see. Some data centers use evaporative water cooling, but many people use communal water because you count the water used the power station to the power. Okay, that's fair. I can see that. Um, I can see that being a concern. But like that's just true for all power consumption. We're gonna drink the power is gonna be made with water. That's how it's gonna work. But also a lot of if I'm not mistaken, a lot of them recycle all basically not all, but most of the water because it's expensive. If you don't, so like why wouldn't you? They just condense it back down and just reuse the same water over and over. They have to re-add some, but it's not that bad. I mean, it's still bad, I'm sure, but yeah. When you're driving in the winter, you just turn off the AC as the excess heat ends up in the cabin anyway. Yeah, it sounds about right. You can commute hot water using data center waste heat. I think there have been plans using that. If I'm not mistaken, like I don't think it would be that hot. I'm not an expert in any of this, but I don't think that um, the amount of power required to heat hot water for a neighborhood would be so much more than would be consumed by a data center, I think. Because like they're taking it out of the ground usually. Like at least that's how they do it in like Iceland and other volcanic regions. They just like take the water that's been heated by the volcanic activity in the region and they just like pump it around. They replace the water down there to force it back out, the warm stuff out, roughly. Um, so I don't think it's that big a deal. Or that's not what I meant. I think that would take a ton of power, is what I was trying to say. I mean, you could definitely supplement the hot water supply with the AI waste heat, but or with I hate that. I'm gonna say with the data center waste heat because it's not like data centers suddenly. It's not like AI suddenly invented all of the problems that come with data centers. People are just like harping on it as a way of like AI bad. And admittedly, I also think AI bad, but data centers are a thing. They've been a thing for decades. You just are stupid and blind, don't know about it. They've been a thing forever. What the only new part is how many more they're cropping up. They're just like throwing together in a hurry. And it's with we should use underwater ocean data centers. Yeah, I have seen. I saw like a pilot study or something. I think Microsoft funded it where they did that, but it would be pretty cool, honestly. Uh, but yeah, I'm sure maintenance would be yikes, 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 expensive because uh, because anything that blows up has to be repaired by bringing it back to the surface and then repairing it, and B, just pumping the water around. Yikes. It's like people saying nuclear power is evil. We already use for aircraft carriers, submarines, and satellites. Yeah, I mean, the people who are saying nuclear is evil, I they're just dumb, or like they're informed, but I don't know. Like Camo the Scott on the Codebug server, I've gotten into an argument with him about nuclear. He doesn't like it. What like I actually respect him. It's actually one of the first people who has an anti-nuclear stance who I actually respect. So it's kind of an interesting dichotomy. But I don't know why people don't know like nuclear. I don't fully get it. Like I know you could fuck things up, but whatever, man. Yeah, the RAM thing that is annoying for the PC people. That sucks. All the savings going to training nerds how to swim so they can fix it. Could you imagine? Oh my god. Uh, I'm just imagining like you get a 4-year degree in like computer engineering and something, and you go for apply for a job at like Microsoft or Facebook or Google or whatever, right? And then you don't really read the job description, but you know you're working for a data center. And then your first day on the job, they throw you into a pool and say, "Okay, we're training you how to swim. Chop chop." How long can you hold your breath? Let's go, let's go, let's go. You get thrown into like swimming boot camp so that you can dive down and fix underwater data centers. That'd be so fucking funny. If AI gets modular nuclear reactors off the ground, it's going to be great. That would be sick. I mean, I don't think it's going to last that long. I think it's going to explode. The bubble is going to implode um, well before uh, uh, they have the thought process how to use modular nuclear reactors. But that would be pretty sick. I would take that. You know, it is pretty sick that like the AI hype is letting them research so much stuff. I will say that it's letting us throw like hundreds of billions of dollars at research, which is cool. It's just I hate the research. Well, I don't hate the research itself. I hate the people who are trying to use it. Oh yeah, yeah, the nuclear waste product, and you can't keep recycling them. Well, kind of. You have to re-enrich it sometimes, or like recycle it. It is still does still take a process before you can and all of these processes do consume produce waste. Really, if I remember right, most of the radioactive waste is actually like low level stuff. It's things like the gloves that you use to like work near it or whatever, you know. It's not anything that bad. It's not like they're just like throwing plutonium rods in the ocean. They're just sealed 50-gallon drums of just shit like gloves and like I don't know, uh, paper towels, you know, things that get contaminated by slightly radioactive sources, things like that. And what if you start scaling up nuclear production for data centers go bust and the new reactors for normal planet generation? Okay, yeah, that's fair, Boulder. That's not a bad point. Um, yeah, you can keep recycling them. It does, like I said, it does take a process. I'm not an expert. I don't remember the process. It does take a process. It's not just free. But you can recycle them and recover a lot of the spent material. Nuclear is really cool. It's like we found unlimited energy in the ground, and then we're just like, no, it's bad. Green glowy rock scary, and we don't use it. You know, and it's expensive. It's really expensive to set up. To be fair, the containment vessels. Containment vessels usually the actual reactors after decommissioning are a bit of a pain. I mean, I guess I don't know much about decommissioning reactors and stuff. I would assume you just like make a big box and bury it. I don't know. If we had a moon base, we can do a lot more tech without having to go through so many environmental requirements. Yeah, fair enough, honestly. But the problem is, in order to develop all of that stuff, we would have to do it all on, or I guess, are you saying like we had like a moon base with like production facilities and things? Uh, is that what you're talking about? And because that would be a whole step above. But I think just getting a moon base would be pretty sick. And it would require a lot of effort, but all of it would have to be developed on the ground, which has to consider all of the environmental radiation. Oh shit, wait, hey, Sparks, thank you for the raid. Hold on, let's see. Slash, shout out. Sparks, make our tab complete. Yes. 12 volts to 5 volts at 850 milliamps. Hell yeah. That's actually quite a bit of power. It's not insignificant. Nice. Yeah, hello, everybody. After watching Chernobyl, I went into a month-long hyperfocus into RBMK nuclear reactors. Dude, those designs are fascinating. I did the same thing. Like not specifically why, but yeah. Yeah. So, hello, everybody. My name is Reddy. I'm a little alien VTuber. I do a lot of makers and crafting stuff, and lately I've been working on my Atlas lathe. It is from 1944. Ow, that just stabbed me. Ow. Why is that sharp? Okay, whatever. Um, it's from 1944, and it needed a lot of work done to it. So we stripped the whole thing down, and we're trying to reassemble it. I'm trying to get it done before January, which is roughly January before, which is when my next school semester starts, because I am a full-time mechanical engineering student. So yeah, if you guys want to stick around, cool. It's a lot of me fumbling around and swearing at the camera. But sometimes we start talking about nuclear reactors for some reason. And just finish the basic power supply of your chat control claw game. Oh, dude, that's so cool. Wait, that's awesome. Oh, okay, that's really fun. I did not know about that project. Yeah. If you got a raid and run, I understand. Yeah, it's busy, but yeah, if you guys want to stick around, feel free. It's pretty sick over here. I think I'm cool. This ad about a sandwich is going hard right now. Yeah, you guys did raid in is like as soon as the ad started. It does take like 10 years to build a plant, which is the downside. Yes, you also get to enjoy such such meaningful statements as my garage floor is made of bad. Yes. um, I don't remember what we were doing. We were, I mean, we were nerding out about like nuclear, and that's what we were doing. Yeah, the RBMK reactor design is really neat because it's all it's really it's really dumb. It's just like critically flawed, and then that one really dumbass idea soured the entire public's opinion about nuclear for decades to come. It's sad. Be here for a while cleaning up your desk. Yeah, I know how that goes, man. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know how that goes. Here, let me just I'll just show you guys. Yeah, because I have to move all of this stuff back onto my side of the garage over here, because that my mom has to park her car in here at night. So yeah, every day it's a struggle. I want my own place. It's expensive though. uh, okay. Oh boy, boy, boy. Okay. Let's figure out how the fuck to assemble this. Wait, did I just figure it out? If I put the gear on first, no, no. If I put the gear and the pulley on, how much? Wait. My favorite fact about RBMK modular, so you can make them bigger or smaller. So controlling one is more like controlling some smaller reactions than one large one. Oh, I did not know that. Um, I mean, I guess that makes sense, yeah, because it's all fairly. It's just like a bunch of boxes, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a long time since I've looked into them. Okay, so if the key is actually in, I cannot do that. Okay, that does not work. Dude, how is this assembled? I think I have to pull this bearing shield out, dude. But if I pull the bearing shield out, how do I put it back in? Wait a minute. Oh boy. Okay. Oh yeah, only 5 streams. Hey Spark, thank you for the 5 stream watch streak. Yeah. Hey, I don't stream long enough or often enough to get large watch streaks going, really. Usually it's just like once a week, if that. This week has been an exception. Because of Lathe-a-thon. Yay! Um, okay, I think what we need to do is Google how to do this because I don't remember, or I can't figure it out. I know I saw a video from someone disassembling an Atlas lathe a while ago. Let me see, Atlas lathe spindle tear down. Or spindle, yeah. Let's see, reassembly. Yeah, let's do that. Joe Hildreth, 13,000 views 9 years ago. Okay, I'll just mute this real quick and I'm just gonna scrub through it real quick. Okay. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Oh, oh my gosh, you guys. I'm actually so glad that we did this. Um, because I'm so glad I looked this up because this belt, oh my gosh, this belt has to go around the spindle first. This belt has to go around the spindle first because you can't get it in otherwise. I would have done all of that and then had no way to power it because this I would have had to disassemble it again because the belt was off. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Off to a good start. Off to a good start. You can pull the spinny part on the non-spinny part. You're so right. Yeah, I almost walked into the abyss. I sure did. Okay. Holy shit. Okay. Um. uh, Okay. Also, I need the back gears on here first. Apparently, I thought I could get away without them, but maybe not. I'm just going to put them on. It won't take very long. So let's do that first. Where's the hardware for that? It's not those. What did I do with that? I'm a little stupid. A little dumb. Okay, actually, though, what did I do with? There's a whole box of hardware somewhere. Is this it? This is it. Okay. Link V-belts are quite nice. Yeah, that's probably the best way to go. I just kicked something. Okay. I'm gonna clean those faces real quick because they are disgusting. Let's see. IPA. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm cleaning the mounting face for this whole assembly. Um, and this assembly provides the back gearing for this lathe, which is how you get a further reduction in speed from the default, from the other combinations that you can get with the pulleys and other belts, or yeah, the belts and pulleys, I should say, um, from the motor and stuff. So let's put this guy in. Hold on. This bolt seems way too long. Wait a minute. Oh, that's why it's so long. I see. Okay, this one needs to go. This guy needs to go in. Okay. Get that roughly in. And get the other one. I put it on the wrong way. Get this guy in as well. Okay, there these are dowel pinned to the casting itself. Just convenient. Okay. Eh, go in, you little shit. Okay. Uh, Substation Blitz. Hello. Thank you for the follow. You missed out on that 10th disassembly. Yeah. Oh no, my content. No. Let's see. Strange manuals on machines. Good form with old guys who do this type of thing. I will check it out. I think I've seen this one before a long time ago. I will take a look. Thank you. Oh wait, Tanu, you cursed me. You know how I just like did all of this and I disassembled how I was doing all this because I forgot to put the belt around it first. Well, I just did that, but with a different part of the assembly. Uh, fuck, just kicked it. This needs to come apart now. Okay, come here. Okay, this comes apart. This belt. Okay, this comes up. And, oops, shit. I said this comes up and around this gear. Okay. And now we can put that in. Okay, that has. I thought I had to take the full thing off, but no, we're good. Okay. Ah! There goes my oil. Okay. Now go in. Go in the dowel pin hole. There we go. Okay. Now, let me see. So I know these have to go in somewhere. We've got two mirrored castings, excuse me, which go through and hold this little rod pivot thingy, and this holds the belt guard. I don't know which way they're supposed to go. So let me look at the belt guard real quick. Yeah, let's go, more content. Yay. Yippee yahoo. Okay. Okay, so this guy goes around it like this, okay? And then these guys, we've got two mirrored castings, and it pivots around this little axle. Just need to figure out where it pivots. I think it pivots here. Yeah, because that's where all the paint is worn off. Yeah. So this one goes on this side. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So this comes back through all of this stuff. These bolts still seem extremely long. Like there is a little bit too much thread engagement in this. I don't know why. Okay, so let's pop. Ah, come here. Okay, so I've got a shim on the back, which lets you adjust the backlash of these gears, and I'm just leaving them in place right now, as they were, because I don't know what needs to be done, but that means I want more hands. I wish I had more hands that I could use at any given time. Like, honest to God, if they could build me a Doc Ock suit, like with the 5 hands or what, or with the 8 hands, that I can just like move things around and actually like control, and I would be able to understand and like properly comprehend what the fuck I was doing. Dude, I would be so happy. I would love that so much. Give me Doc Ock hands. Like if I have to become a supervillain to do it, that's fine. I can live with that. But holy shit, this is so annoying. I want more hands. More power. Go in the fucking thingy. Hold on, let me grab a wrench. Yeah, 5 armed octopus, of course. In the old day, back in my day, people would just have kids for farmhands. But what they don't know is that I am Rizless. I'm what's known as Rizless, and maidenless, and so I do not have kids or a girlfriend. This is a good bit. That's wrong size. 5/8. Nope. 11/16? That's larger than 5/8, dumbass. Nope, that's metric. 9/16? Yeah, okay. Honestly, I'd be happy just knowing what the hell I was doing in life. Yeah, that'd be nice too. Yeah, that has been my dream since I was 6, for real. Oh, okay, this guy goes over here. Let's tighten this. Okay, now this guy. Why is this thread so long? Why can I not get a wrench? Dude, this bolt is so... What is this casting? Holy shit, there's no way to get a socket on here. This is so annoying. Why would you do that? Oh my god, I really cannot get a socket on this. And then this thread doesn't want to go in at all. What the fuck, man? Uncool. I think there's goop in there. It feels like there's too much sauce. Where's she at? Come out of here. Worked up white boy, goaded with the sauce. I need a better ratchet set. This is killing me. Okay, this guy comes out of here. God, I'm so glad I'm not into cars. Imagine doing this as your hobby. I mean, I guess I am doing this as my hobby. But at least I'm not working on engines, which would be way worse. Come here. Meh. Okay. Now then, what was preventing me from screwing that in? Oh, there's a cobweb on that. Get out of here. I don't. I have to disassemble the whole thing to fucking clean out the thread. Ah. Get out of there. You get out of there. Okay. Now get off, you son of a bitch. Ah, shit. Okay. Okay. Please, please function. Now it's gonna go. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my shit. What was preventing it from working earlier? Now it's gonna go in perfectly. Oh my god, all I had to do was disassemble it. There's not even any, like, goop in there. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm losing it. Okay. You guys can't even see what's happening. You're just watching my hands move. Holy shit. I'm so bad at this. Okay. Take two. Or three? Who cares? Pins go in the holes. Okay. Short bolts go in short holes. Okay. There's number one. And there's number two. Okay. Now long bolts go in long holes. Which one? Wait a minute. I just lost track of which way this was supposed to go together. Okay, this goes like this. And then this guy, I think, goes like this. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Long bolts go in long holes. And then other long bolt go in other long hole. Oh, and now you're not. Oh my god. What is happening here, man? It's still sticky. What the fuck? There's not even a shim there. Oh my god. What is this thing's problem, man? Get. I can't even use a socket. Ah! I hit the curse word counter. The bolt go in. God. If only. Let's see. Let me grab. I want one of those really nice sets of, like, I've seen them under the brand of Gear Wrench. The Gear Wrench ratcheting wrench sets. Yeah, you. The kind with uh you love the lathe ASMR while you bake bread and cookies. Would you like some bread and cookies, my dear? Would I interest you in some fudge? Okay, actually, I joke. I say that, but one of the things that I'm actually good at cooking, and it's granted, I just follow the recipe. But one of the things I'm actually good at cooking is cherry fudge, which I usually make around the holidays. Um, and I probably should make some for Christmas. Actually, maybe we should do that on stream. That would be kind of fun. Wait, that would actually be kind of cute. I don't know when my family is going to be out of the house. Because I know damn well that they're not capable of being quiet for 5 minutes while we do this. And they're going to just start yelling at each other with, like, not yelling, but, like, the way that we work is just loud. So, uh, they're just going to start, like, yelling my social security number while I'm live if they're not out of the house. Now, why is this one causing problems, man? Oh, because okay, that's actually fair. This one is causing problems because the dowel pin is not quite in yet. This one is just a bitch. But this one is just... Yeah, it would be kind of fun to make fudge with you guys. I don't know, I can redeem myself for the pasta stream. However long ago that was. Was that in like May? God, time flies. Okay. Now you go in perfectly. Okay. What does it say? And just gotta label it a chemistry stream. I'd love to watch you engineer some fudge. That would be pretty funny. Open a tin of something on my lathe when it's together. What do you mean, open a tin of something? Wait, what? Yeah, but what does that mean? I don't know if you mean like use it as a can opener, which would be pretty funny. Imagine using a parting tool on a can of beans or whatever. But oh shit. Hold on. Or do you mean like is that British slang for something that I don't know? Get out of there. You get out of there. You come back out so I can put the shim in. There we go. Okay. Shim shiminy, shim shiminy, shim shim shiroo. It's the rejected version of the Mary Poppins song. Shim shiminy, shim shiminy, shim shim shiree. Ba-da 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 ba-da. Shim shiminy, shim shiminy, shim shim shiree. I don't remember the rest of the words. Go on the thing. Okay. All right. We've got that in. Why is it so tight? Wait, why is this struggling to turn? Hold on. That is concerning. It was not this tight before. What the fuck, man? It's literally dowel pinned in place. There's no way it can be wrong. Maybe if let's loosen these screws. I guess it only has one pin, not two, but so it is free to pivot about that one pin. I guess this one's not fully tightened. Hold on, let's fully tighten this one too. Fully tighten this guy, fully tighten this guy. Now is it still, it's still kind of tight. Oh my god. Okay, loosen these. Loosen these. Oh boy. I love undoing and redoing the same thing 30 times. This is great. Okay, now it's loose. That's a little more free. Okay. Okay, so now we're just going back and forth a little bit. Make sure it finds its place first, and now we tighten it. That's acceptable. Okay. Now I can go read chat and see what Alex was talking about. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to find a apprentice stupid enough to open a can of beans. The parting tool and lathe for years. That would be really funny, though. I'm kind of tempted. We did find that the lathe is the lathe's birthday is on, let's see, January 21st, 1944. So in like a month, we're gonna have a birthday party of some kind. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna have a birthday party of some kind, and maybe we can have a celebratory can of beans. It would be so funny. Okay, Side quest completed. We got that done. Belt is in. Okay. Now, I'm gonna watch that video. Let's keep scrubbing through that video and see what the fuck is going on here. Okay. Double speed. Can I have more than double speed, please? He's just using motor oil, which is what the oil spec says. It does just say to use like some specific weight of car oil, but I'm not doing that because it's 2025 and I have easy access to whey oil. Okay, so then he puts the bull gear on. Okay, and then he puts the pulley on. And he puts the belt around the pulley. And now he puts the gear on. And now the shaft collar, which is exactly what I did. Okay. And it just kind of wiggles everything until it goes through. Just like what I did. But then how do you get the key in? Just kind of playing with it. Locking down the set screw or something. Why is he locking down the set screw? What the fuck? How did he get I'm so annoyed right now. What? Did he even show putting the key in the keyway? He put that in. He's putting the other parts on before. He's putting like the bearing retaining nut and the bearing retaining rut. Yes, good job. Me English good. Now he's locking that in place. Now he's showing how that works. What the fuck, man? Now he's disassembling it. Oh, and he's showing how to put the key in the keyway. Because he forgot it too. Oh my god. If you make that video and send it to my Discord, I will send you a box of lightly used CNMG tips from England. Honestly, that's kind of a deal. I might take you up on that. That would be pretty funny. I'm tempted. Okay, how is he getting this fucking thing in there? Oh. Mintail Farm. Hello. Thank you for the follow. Dude, how did he... This guy. I think he just did what I was doing, but better. Which is fucking infuriating. So, okay, what exactly was the problem? It looked like he did the same thing I was trying to do, which is put the bull gear in, and then, like slide the key into the keyway while it's in there. Which is, it slides freely in here, right? And it goes in with no problems into the spindle. So then what the fuck? Because we want to do something like... Here, hold on. Let's get this on. Let's see if this is in frame. Go on the spindle. Why is this so sticky sometimes? Why the fuck? There we go. Okay. There it go. Me English good. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is, okay, so we've got our key here, and I'm trying to push this in and then slide the key away, or sorry, slide the key in, and then this, now it works perfectly. Oh my God. Okay. Why didn't that work when I did it earlier, like an hour ago? Okay, we're gonna try this again. So, spindle go in. Bull gear go on. Okay. Oh wait, sorry. Bull gear come off a little bit. Okay. And then pulley goes on. Belt goes around the pulley. Come here. Okay. Now we slide this on a little bit more. Get the fucking gear in. Hold on, let me get this stuff out of my way so I don't just elbow something and destroy it forever. Okay. Now the ball gear doesn't want to go on because it hates me. There we go. Come back a little bit. Need to get this gear in too. Go out of mesh. There we go. Okay. Now this guy goes on. Fuck. I said this guy goes on. See, the problem with this is now I have to also fight belt tension. Because it has to be slightly tense in order to just exist. Because this is just trying to fall down backwards all the time. And I feel like there's a less stupid way to do this. But I don't know what it is. Come here. Go on the thingy. Okay, got that. Now the shaft collar. I think it goes... Shit. I think it goes this way. Okay. Shaft collar goes on. I said it goes on. Sorry, I'm totally blocking you got the camera with my body, and I apologize. This is really fiddly work. Ugh. Do the thing. What was wrong with the Lathe of Doom? It was just in general need of repair. Basically, it had been sitting in someone's garage. Like, clearly someone had tried to restore it, but they didn't know what they were doing, and they did a bad job. So there are quite a few parts that are, like, mangled a little bit. And so I disassembled all of it, and then we're reassembling it. And basically fixed it, replaced a bunch of parts, a bunch of screws specifically. and I had to remachine a bracket, or sorry, it's part of like a gearbox thing. There we go. Yes, you rat bastard, go in. Uh, so I basically just didn't trust anything that happened that would like had happened to it in the last 80 years. So I decided to strip it the whole thing down and start from scratch, which is quite excessive and is a bit of an ambitious project. I did strip the whole thing down, to be fair. I did not. I am not going to be painting this, repainting this, because I don't want to. It would be so much work. I just need a lathe. I don't need an art project, you know? Yes, okay. It's on. It's together. Okay. Now then, to do what we tried to do like an hour ago, I'm going to line up the keyway in the gear with the keyway in the spindle. And then we put the key into the keyway in the spindle, and then we try and rotate it up to align with the keyway in the gear. And this worked perfectly when I did it in open air 5 minutes ago. It was probably more like 20 by now, but I don't care. All units of time are 5 or an hour. That's how it works. Okay, it's going. Wait. Pause, champ. God, I need to go outside. Who the fuck says pause, champ? Okay. Now if I take some pliers, and I'm just using them to push the key into the slot. Oh, okay. It's not working. Why? Why you no work? Okay, what if I take... So weird seeing someone work on a lathe and not wear an apron? Yeah, I don't know. I did for a little while at work. I do have an apron also, but yeah. I have an apron right here, I mean, but meh. Okay, I'm gonna take a little chunk of brass and use it to tap in. Oh my god, you guys have not been able to see what I'm doing for the last hour. Holy shit. Why do you guys put up with me? Okay. Also, my phone is dying, so I'm plugging it in real quick. Okay. So, let's see. Tilt that. Okay. Rotate. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see what the hell I'm doing a little bit better now. I'm going to take a chunk of brass and try to use it to lightly tap the key in. Putting up with you is your hobby. That's a noble hobby. Oh, it worked! Oh, I'm a genius! Oh my god! Okay. It's in. Okay. Okay. Everybody, no one panic. No one panic. I almost said everybody panic. No one panic. Okay, so now you need to put the set screw into that little hole. See, remember when I tried to do this an hour ago and it didn't work? Oh my god. Okay, set screw. Oh wait, we need the copper protective thingy. Okay, tiny little chunk of copper. Okay, we got, I want, I wish I had tweezers right now. I just have like these really long, uh, bent needle nose pliers, which they're large, but they don't work. Okay, so this guy, we drop a little chunk of copper into there, and that will protect the spindle from damage, as it'll get squished instead of the spindle. So now set screw goes in. Okay. Wow, this is so hard to see for you guys. God damn. Okay. Tighten that. And then we move this over. Why isn't that locked in? Move this shaft collar over. I said move this shaft collar over. I said move this shaft collar over. I said we moved the shaft collar over. Why isn't it moving? There we go. That works. No, no, it didn't. What the hell? Why didn't that work? Hmm. Oh, shit. The shaft collar goes the other way, doesn't it? Oh, it totally does. The counterbore isn't for the... Oh. Okay, I figured it out. The counterbore in the shaft collar is not for the dust shield, like I thought it was initially. It's actually for the shoulder on the spindle. So, this shaft collar is supposed to keep this gear pressed up against the mated. It's supposed to keep the dogs in the gear mated with the dogs on the pulley so that they stay locked together. And this shaft collar makes sure that they stay clamped together. And in order to do that and still have these two mesh, this needs a slight recess so it can go past the shoulder on the shaft, and this can still be in the right spot. So, all of that is to say, I have to disassemble this again because I'm a dumbass. Okay. I think we are going to call it here for the night, actually. I am going to I'm going to get a kit of like assorted springs and stuff so we can replace the springs in this and some other parts. And then, balls. And then we'll pick it back up later. If you saw more, you might start backseating. Listen, I'll take the backseating. Clearly, I fucking need it. Okay. Let's find someone to raid. If someone has suggestions, I will take them. But, man, that's disappointing. Oy, 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 oy. Dang, this guy has a sponsored build for like a keyboard. That's cool. Good for him. Let's see. We could raid Avo. Avo is live. Discord leaking's broken? Fuck. I meant to fix that last time because someone else told me that. 1 second. Invite to server, copy. There you go. Yeah, let me fix that. I don't know. It says Avo's still alive. She's been alive for 3 hours and 48 minutes. I don't know how long she normally streams for. Let's see. It doesn't sound like she's about to end, so we are going to raid into her. So let's start raid. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's figure out a raid message. We've got some. I don't know. Here, wait. You guys figure out a message. I don't know, man. I'm trying to come up with something. We could do. Uh. Put it together. Take it apart. Raid. Put it together. Put it together. Put it together and take it apart again. Raid. I don't know. This kind of sucks. If someone has a better suggestion, do that. It doesn't spin yet, you son of a bitch. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do that. That's much better. We could do a combination of the two. Here, let's do both. Actually, that's kind of sick. We're getting fancy with it. Okay. New raid message. There we go. All right, well, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I will either be back. I'll be back at some point. At the very latest Monday. So, I will see you all later. Have a good night. Bye. Spent too long dicking around with the raid message.